Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Football for Thought, the Football for Thought podcast. And welcome back to another episode. And I believe this is episode 6 of the podcast. We are almost on 10 episodes. Today I'm joined by two regulars on the show, Chloe and Niall. How are we doing?
Yeah, I'm good. Nothing. How about you?
Spectacular. After seeing my team win the Club World Cup, in which I saw a lot of Arsenal fans try to play it down as a glorified friendly. But you have to win the best competition in European football to be in it. So it's definitely not a friendly. And I bet you these are the same Arsenal fans who will be jumping up and down for joy if they had won it.
Yeah, I can't lie. A lot of the tweets I did see from like your rivals did sound quite bitter. Like, I don't particularly take it. I don't. It's sort of like a Community Shield-esque tournament, but you do have to win the Champions League to even get in it. So
Look, the Community Shield is for me well, it could be very rich coming from a Chelsea fan, but it is tin pot. Even Arsenal fans, even the realists, even a lot of Arsenal fans even call it a glorified friendly. Okay, granted, you have to win the FA Cup, but in my opinion, winning the Champions League is way harder than winning the FA Cup.
of course it is. Yeah,
Of course,
you're competing against the best teams in Europe. So
you played Milan in Europe. You played Morecambe in the FA Cup.
Brighton have never won either, so I can't really. Yeah, mate, I'd give him a left leg for the Carabao Cup, even like.
Look,
Brighton won that, so I can't say anything.
Are you guys still in? Are you guys? Oh yeah, no. Spurs knocked you out. I was going to say you guys still in the FA Cup.
No, that was.
Tottenham put you out, didn't they?
Yes, Southampton won.
And then I think it was because they got battered wherever they go, didn't they? Off Southampton.
Yeah, Che Adams.
No, Shea Adams got against Man U, didn't they?
Look, there's us.
Are you talking about the wrong game?
A South Coast. Who would you say your nearest?
Oh.
Who would you say your nearest South Coast rivals are?
What's that?
Who would you say? I know your biggest rivals are Palace.
Yeah.
Who would you say your nearest South Coast rivals are?
Oh, I'm not very good at geography.
Or Southampton?
In terms of who we hate the most, probably Portsmouth. But it's not like they're our rivals. They're just a bit like the one that has Portsmouth.
So, in your opinion, what would be a more Judas move? Lewis Dunk moving to Southampton, or Lewis Dunk moving to Portsmouth?
Neither of those I would really consider that Judasy. The only thing is, Southampton would probably be a sidestep, and Portsmouth would probably be like a step down. But then if he was like nearing the end of his career, a step down would make sense. Obviously, if Southampton were in the same league as us, that would feel a bit like if someone left for Villa now, it's like, are they really that much better than us? Really? In fact, we're above them in the league, so they can go stop themselves.
Before we continue, let's get to some of the comments. Brush in the cut here. Yep, hit the like, big up yourself, Brush. Statman Stubbs in the cut. Evening, how you doing? Box, good evening. How the devil are you? Sorry, Chris. Just in a happy mood today. But yeah, what a good week of football. Tottenham losing, Arsenal winning, unfortunately, and Man United drawing, and then Chelsea obviously winning,
And Brighton won. Whoop, whoop.
and Brighton and Motherwell.
Yep.
So yeah, sorry, you were saying something, Niall.
Yeah, we got a Scottish Cup game. We beat Aberdeen.
Good.
2-1.
Question for me: what would I do if Mason Mount joined Arsenal? Depends when he joins.
Oh,
Pick up yourself,
we
Neil.
are shit, Chloe. Don't compare that to use.
Another good
Another
result.
good result for Brighton and Mopai scoring.
Yeah, Mopay got a goal. Woo. He's my favourite. Anyone who knows me knows I love Mopay. And he got another goal. He's on 8 league goals this season, and yet people still don't give him the respect he deserves as a striker. And he's now our joint top Premier League all-time goal scorer. So I suppose that's only since like 92. But then we've only been in the.
I don't understand all the hate that he gets. Mopai, I don't understand all the hate that he gets from certain fans of football clubs.
I think it's probably a combination of the fact that he is a bit of a shithouse and
maybe that, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Who compared Brighton to who is LCFC? Oh, is that Leicester? Who compared them?
I don't remember anyone comparing them.
Oh, well.
Question for Niall. When will Man United win a game?
Probably on bloody Tuesday.
Probably next week. No, I don't know, mate. It's just no bigger game in a while.
Then look. Next week, the Champions League returns. Big up yourself, Doug. How are you?
Big up, Doug.
I think I've read that one. Fantastic goal against Watford.
I think.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, thank you.
They're getting relegated then.
What's that?
Do you think Watford are getting relegated?
Who, Watford? I think they'll go down, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'll be Norwich, Burnley, and Watford, which is really disappointing because I wanted to see Newcastle go down because I don't really like them. But it looks like they're going to escape it with the players that they bought in January. And I'm really annoyed because I'm so annoyed. Like they stole Dan Burn from us, and now they're after bloody Dan Ashworth, who's left us. He was our technical director, but apparently he was like quite integral in a lot of our transfer business.
Just put a restraining order on Newcastle, because soon they'll be after Yves Bissouma and Lewis.
They cannot have him. Only someone with Champions League football can have Bissouma because that's what he deserves. Because he's that good.
Like Man United, Chelsea, Man City, and possibly Liverpool.
Yeah, I mean, if he went to a club like that, I would be disappointed because we'd lose him, but it would be more understandable. If he went somewhere like Villa, I would be
fuming.
Like, oh, all right then, fuck you. Yeah.
But they're not Palace. They're not another South Coast team.
No, well, the reasons I like them are non-rivalry related. I just don't like them. I don't like how they just splash the cash constantly. Don't like how they treat Grealish after he left. I felt very bad for him because I had a major crush on him at the time.
I think a lot of England fans did have a crush on him. I'm not going to lie.
I had a crush on him before other England fans did. Just putting it out there.
You have a crush on a lot of footballers, Chloe.
Now I only have eyes for one man, I must just say that.
Can hear that.
If you know, you know.
Neil Maupay, isn't it?
Pulisic
No.
and Chilwell.
It's someone I actually know, thank you very much.
Like someone that comes on this podcast, you mean?
Huh?
Someone that comes on this podcast, are you talking about?
Maybe. Yeah.
I know who it is.
Oh, well, we haven't exactly been subtle about it, I'll say that.
I know who it is.
Niall.
Alright, anyway, let's change the subject. Oh
Right,
shit,
okay, right.
Something coming up on my screen. Right.
But who do you displace in your current midfield, Doug? I mean, Fabinho ain't going nowhere. Henderson's a good workhorse. And Thiago Alcantara is a Rolls Royce of a midfielder. Who will he displace, though?
Sorry, mate.
Unless you're getting rid of Keita.
What's the podcast about? What is the podcast about?
Football.
I just sent that message in the group chat.
Probably talking about love at first sight or something like that.
Mm.
Or crushes. Anything.
This is just us gossiping, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I assume I'm assuming you support Man United, Boggs.
I know who he is, but I can't remember who he supports. I've seen him in a few live chats.
Yeah. So yeah, Niall, what are your thoughts on the game? On your game against
Aberdeen.
Against Aberdeen.
When we went a goal down, I wasn't confident that Motherwell would go into the game and we got a equaliser from Kevin Van Veen, and we scored right on half time to make it 2-1 through Connor Shield. And Motherwell started to dominate the game and Aberdeen just didn't turn up, and funnily enough, Aberdeen sacked their manager today. There you go. Again, they were jeers at full time with the Aberdeen fans. Try to abuse the players like Lewis Ferguson and players like that.
I need a ring light in front of my desk. So, I've asked about now. All I can say is I was very, 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 very nervous throughout those 126 minutes of football yesterday. But thankfully, we got the job done. Like, I don't know whether look, Lukaku, you can love him, hate him, all you want. But he did turn up when we needed him the most, scored in a semi-final win against Al Hilal, and then scored again in the final, in which we eventually won in extra time. You know, I actually called it on my preview that we would win 2-1 after extra time. Honestly.
Fair play.
Yeah, I said Brighton would beat Watford 2-0.
And you know this is the third time I've got a 2-1 after extra time right.
All right then, Niffin. What is the score going to be in Brighton and United's game on Tuesday at Old Trafford?
United. You are the draw specialists, but United are the kings of capitulation. So I have no idea how to call this game. We're going to get on to score predictions much, much, much later on.
Oh, okay.
Whenever people can turn up, yeah.
So, yeah.
Are we the only midweek game? I'm sure we're the only midweek game.
United. Yeah, I'm actually going to...
take that, you know. I'd take that. A point at Old Trafford, you can't turn your nose up at that.
Yeah. Well, it is the Kings of Capitulation versus the draw specialists. So you never know. You never know. So basically, what I was saying about the 2-1s after extra time, the first one was the England versus Denmark semi-final. I said England would win after extra time. I said 2-1 England after extra time. And I even said Denmark would score first.
Did Denmark score first? I can't even remember that one.
Yeah, they did.
Got a free kick, didn't they?
Yeah.
Are you talking about the semi-final of the Euros?
And the second 2-1 after extra time I predicted was Chelsea versus Plymouth. I said 2-1 after extra time.
That's quite a bold prediction, to be fair, because a lot of people are taking
I'm telling so many Chelsea fans saying they're gonna the lower league teams are always going to be harder to break down than your top flight teams. No one wanted to listen to me. But I said we're winning 2-1 after extra time. And then it was yesterday again. I predicted 2-1 Chelsea after extra time.
Hello?
Are you there?
Hello, sorry. Grab a glass of water.
Yeah. So yeah, and so how are you? So are you happy with how your week's been so far with football?
Me or no?
Both of you.
I'm very happy, you know. That was sort of the perfect response after we lost. We crashed out to Spurs, let's be honest, in the cup. But a win, and in a comfortable win, I think I would call it, was exactly what we needed. And, you know, the atmosphere was great again. So yeah, hopefully we can continue that momentum at Old Trafford. And I think we're on our longest unbeaten Premier League run now. We've 7 games unbeaten. So that's cool.
I believe Graham Potter has only lost 4 games.
Yeah. Well, in the league, yeah. We've only lost 1 game away from home.
I mean, that's really impressive. And you know, there was some guy on Twitter who had the audacity to say that Sean Dyche is the best English manager. Give me a break.
Who said that?
I mean, when you have them lot down the M23 rating Graham Potter, you know you have.
Brad's gonna come on. Brad's coming on.
Okay, he said he was. Sure. Okay, now it's your turn, Brad, to rant about your team.
Oh, he's not coming on yet. He said he needs to eat something quickly, but then he'll be on.
So far, Brad is the only person out of all 3 of us who have not won, for his team not to win. But to be fair, they didn't lose either.
Yeah, it was quite the way they lost was a bit really, isn't it?
They drew.
Well, drew, same difference. They drew last minute, didn't they? Lost stuck. Because I've only ever been on the other end. Well, recently I've been on the other end of that a lot, where you get a last minute equaliser and it feels like a win. But if it's the other way around, I think it feels like a loss.
So, Niall, are you a season ticket holder at Motherwell?
What's that?
Are you a season ticket holder?
Yeah, mate, I am, yeah.
Did you go to the game?
Mostly the home games, yeah, but don't go to the away games due to the travelling. But go to the odd away game, though.
I might be going to Lille away.
Oh, nice.
Chelsea, Lille.
Yeah, Chelsea versus Lille.
All right.
I'm going to the home fixture at the Bridge, but I might be going to the one in France.
Nice. Enjoy the scenery. Well,
Yeah.
actually, I don't know if it's scenic, but it's France, so.
My car must have done
Definitely.
has probably done over 200 miles. Sorry, 2,000 miles.
Are you guys on Fan Hub, the app, where it tells you, like, tracks
What's
how
that?
good of a fan you are or whatever? The app Fan Hub.
Hmm.
And it, like, tells you how many miles you've travelled with your club. I've travelled about 3,000 with Brighton so far this season.
I've been to almost every Premier League stadium. It's actually I'm actually doing a tour. Once I
Nice.
finish with the Premier League, I'm going to do the Championship.
And then League One and League Two?
Maybe. I just don't want to spend too much money on petrol.
Yeah, fair enough.
I managed to get from my house to Leeds on quarter of a tank.
You should do a vlog, Nick. Yeah, you should do a vlog, Nippon. I'd watch it. That'd be cool. You in the stadium.
Yeah, I do match day vlogs for every home game. The only away game I did was Leicester, and actually never went into the stadium. I actually watched it from a bar and vlogged from there.
I've done Leicester twice this season because we got them in the cup, and then we got them obviously in the league. We played them. So I've been to their ground twice.
Yeah, I like Leicester's ground.
It's decent actually. Yeah, it's far from the worst ground I've been to.
Look, objectively speaking, I think the best ground I've been to. I'm gonna take my blue tinted glasses off and say Tottenham. As much as it pains me to say it, I think
It
they're
looks so weird from the outside. It does not look like a football ground. It looks like a
they're hosting the Super.
round skyscraper. It looks like a cake made out of skyscrapers.
Look, I've never understood why so many Chelsea fans hate Tottenham. Personally, I've always hated Arsenal more.
The ground's not bad. It's not bad ground. The toilets are really, really fancy. They flush as you shut the door. Open the door. When you open the door, the toilet flushes. It took me about half hour just standing there. Where's the bloody chain? How do I flush this thing?
Look, the thing with Stamford Bridge is it's like a proper stadium. Like no fancy this, that, and the other. You basically walk. Yeah,
I do like your ground. It's decent. I don't know what the worst ground I've been to this season is in the Premier League.
Have you been to Burnley? Have you been to Turf Moor?
Oh yeah, that's probably
No,
it.
never.
Yeah. I've been there twice. Yeah, it does the job, but it's not remotely glamorous.
So it's finally, I believe Christian Pulisic is the first American to win the Club World Cup as well.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, well done. Well done, Christian. If you're watching this, unfortunately, I am now spoken for, so you will have to slide in someone else's DMs.
What has he done to you for you to hate him?
I don't hate him. I just don't fancy him anymore. Well, I do still sort of fancy him a bit more from a distance way.
Yeah, I get you. But yeah, so the Premier League table is as follows. The bottom three are Norwich City, Watford, and Burnley. Oh, God. They're dead food, man. I think Burnley are going down this season.
Probably, yeah. I mean, it's Burnley, so they might claw their way out somehow, but
I doubt it. They're not.
yeah.
Look, they're bottom, and they're 7 points off 70. Unless there's a meltdown from one of Everton, Leeds United, Brentford, or Newcastle, they're going down. They're going down, 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 down. Sorry, Dan, if you're watching this. But honestly,
Newcastle are the ones I wanted to see go down, and then other than that, I don't really care too much. But
well, my initial three, this will sound so laughable now, were Southampton. No, this was from 18th to 20th. Well, Watford in 18th, Southampton in 19th, and Norwich City in 20th.
to be fair, you might still get 2 out of 3. That's not bad goings for the start of the season. Predictions. I think I have Palace. I think I have Palace in there.
Are you being objective or hopeful, though?
No, I thought they'd sort of brought in an unproven manager. They'd let a lot of players go. I thought it was just a lot of change very quickly. And I didn't expect them to do very well at all. They have really surprised me. Unfortunately, they've been quite decent.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. Personally, I'm really worried about. Actually, no, I'm not. But Arsenal were beginning to worry me for a bit. But then I realized it's Arsenal and they'll somehow find a way to fuck it up. But yeah, we are currently 27 minutes in. If you haven't already, please remember to like, share, comment, subscribe. And turn on the bell notifications if you haven't already. And yeah, we're not gonna go for 4 hours like we did last time.
Oh, hope not. Can't do that again.
Neither can I. But I do need to get the watch hours up.
Nippon, you're muted.
Yeah, you've muted yourself.
Does he know he's muted?
I did that on purpose.
Oh, okay.
Because I wanted to open YouTube so that I can see whether there are any spammers in the chat. And yeah, before anything goes wrong, I'm going to turn on slow mode. By the way, did you guys hear that Salah might be in trouble?
Yeah, I've seen. It looks kind of fake to me though, like the whole thing. Just
Don't
I
get
don't
myself.
know. I'm not overly convinced that it's real, to be honest. But
if it is, he should just quit.
I've seen Salah's thing.
If it is, he should just quit football.
Why? Because he showed his dick to a girl. Who hasn't done that?
But what if she doesn't want
And
it?
from the context, it did sound sort of mutual from what I saw. Like she put like the star-eyed emojis like 3 times. Like that's sort of like, I'm into it.
Okay.
I don't know. From what I saw, it looked like a mutual thing.
Yeah.
Obviously, if it's unsolicited, that's a whole another matter. But you know, if it is mutual, it's a bit of a dick move because obviously he's married. But
Yeah.
in fact, it's a huge dick move. Although it wasn't that huge.
It's not letting me turn on slow mode.
What are you laughing at?
I'm laughing at my joke. Didn't you get my joke?
Never heard that.
I said it wasn't a huge dick move.
All right.
Oh my god.
Now, if I found out my man was sending dick pics to another woman, he would be dumped faster than you can say any word. So,
Yeah, I don't want to
Yeah.
get the stream cancelled, Chloe.
huh?
I don't want to get the stream cancelled.
Why would it be cancelled? I was just saying, if he's sending pics to another woman and he's married, that is unfavourable, but we don't know if he did or not. So,
Yeah, it looks well, it could be fake.
I think it's fake, to be honest. I don't think it is real, but
Reese,
knows?
jump on. I'll send you the link.
This action is turned off for content that is made for kids. What? I have no idea what that's about, but
Did I make it for?
I did drop a few F-bombs, so that might be why. Should I stop dropping F-bombs?
Did I? Oh my god! Did I say? I might have saved this for. I might have saved this for kids. And this.
Where are you going, Nicola? Honestly.
You did what?
I'm
What?
saying, where are you starting to happen? Sorry,
Yeah, what did Nippon do?
I made it. I think I was trying to change. I made this. You know where it says edit settings? They say make it for kids and make it not for kids. I accidentally clicked made for kids.
You're absolutely yeah.
Oh, fine, but I've changed it.
Made for bloody kids. Did you hear what I was saying?
It was an accident. I accidentally. You know where it says in the edit stream? It says no, it's not made for kids. It's made for kids. I accidentally clicked it's made for kids. So I've changed it to it's not made for kids now.
Okay, well, as long as it's changed now.
I've changed it.
We don't want kids watching this, let's be honest.
No. Don't.
It's not made for kids.
Not made for kids. Not.
Have you make it like 18 plus, yeah? Or 21 or whatever age?
That's why I start at 9 o'clock, because that's when all the kids are asleep.
Kids don't go to sleep
Not
at
all.
9 o'clock anymore. What are you on? I remember I used to
Not
stay up
all.
late and like sneakily watch Being Human in my room on a Sunday.
Look, I still play on my PlayStation whenever I can't sleep.
What you playing, Crash Bandicoot?
Well, my favourite games are FIFA and Gran Turismo.
Rayman.
Are you trying to make out that this is for kids by talking about video games?
No, I just like having banter.
No, I like Gran Turismo. I'm just a huge fan of motorsports as well as football. Are you guys watching the Super Bowl?
What channel is it on?
I think it's 11
It
o'clock.
was 5 hours long or something ridiculous.
Steve, want to jump on? That's if you're up to it.
It probably will be. Where's Hicklika not coming on?
I can't believe you made it for kids. I'm like still like.
It was look, while I was turning slow mode on, it says that it was a complete accident, I swear.
What's slow mode? I still don't know what slow mode even is.
I think it stops all
It's just
people
stop.
spamming a live chat, doesn't it? Something like that. I think it's something
um,
like that, yeah. I don't know.
Are you still on his stream? Brad's just messaged me. Yes, I am still on his stream.
Big up yourself, Steve. Hope you're doing well. And yeah, who do you think your top 4 is going to be?
I think it's tough just now because it's between Man United, Arsenal and Spurs. Possibly West Ham as well, but I don't think they'll get it. Alright. What are you laughing at? What are you laughing at?
Fucking muppet.
What?
Oh my god.
Would you like to share what you're laughing at, please? If it's okay. Oh, who's that? Oh, yeah, there.
Hello,
Hey, Brad.
That action
Howdy.
turned off.
Oh, what have I joined into? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know, babe.
Keep it to yourself.
I swear that was an accident.
That's what they all say.
That's what they say in court, Nipping. You're not making us any better, mate. For fuck's sake.
It was an accident.
I was simply an innocent witness.
She was the accident.
Hey, whoa. Well done, now.
I think you guys think.
Right, look, it's turned. The live chat is back on now.
Yeah, so the adults can get involved and talk, ask you why you're talking to their children.
It's so big. Look. It's really cool. It's probably cooler to me because I saw what they looked like before, but.
Brad, what went wrong?
We kept Brendan Rodgers in charge and put Vestergaard on the pitch. That's what essentially happened, mate, because we absolutely dominated that game to the 94th minute, and we thought, I know what would be a good idea. We'll put the human lamppost up on the pitch.
It's the human lamppost.
Yeah. Fucking is. We got rid of a fridge for 8 million. We've already, can we sell you a lamppost for 55? I'm not on about you. I was on about Chelsea making them muggins because I start to feel bad for you after more he plays for you.
Who is this human lamp? Who is this human lamppost?
As Leicester fans are already calling him, Jestergaard. I'm done. I'm off. I'm done with this. I don't know. I'm not going. What about Reece just getting?
Hey,
Hey, I'm not, mate. Mate, I ain't 10 years old. I can chat.
Hey,
honest.
guys,
I've got beard. Look, I've got beard. Look.
No, no. Steve got his permission off his
I think I've
parents.
started a
He's right,
trend.
He's got permission. Come on.
Brad, you know.
Fucking hell.
This is,
I know
this
we've
is
just
all-
taken the restriction
No,
off for
Brad,
kids,
Brad,
but I didn't
no,
notice
no,
the
no,
Sunday
no, no.
strip. Wait,
Mate.
what card game we playing for? A game of strip here? What's going on? What have I
Oh,
entered?
blue strip, baby.
I might do.
No, we're not having this.
Hey, Bray, if you two want to take it to that level, go to a separate stream and take it to that level.
Right, then.
Take it to a private
I
stream.
I feel left out. I'm gonna just put something on so I can take.
You got me. Nothing going. No, you can't.
Fucking Leicester fans.
Yeah, what about us?
Strange.
See,
Sexy.
I've got to put it on just so I can take something off. But I'm part of the group. That was like a Power Rangers move, wasn't it? You all fucking morphed, taking your jumpers off.
Oh, fucking hell. You really would.
What's it? Before I get in the Power Ranger mood. What
Well, I
colour
can
will
go
be all
with-
then?
Well, I can just top you, mate, if you want. So
What were them chicken nugget muscles?
nah, 6-pack underneath, mate.
Yeah, a beer, maybe.
I wish. I wish, but I don't drink.
Mate, this is what you call a liver pack. That's what you call.
Okay.
Okay, Nippon.
Why am I in front of him? What's going on?
Because you're always behind me, mate.
I'm doing
Not really.
it in alphabetical order. Arsenal, Brighton, Chelsea. No, wait. That's better. Leicester.
Can I remember the Brad?
Well, to be fair, you did finish above them in my Man United career mode. They nearly got relegated. You didn't.
Yeah, we really did. That was so fucking funny. Right. Okay. Do you have a question for me, Nippon, or are we just saying my name?
That's because Reese got Leicester to use Luca's tactic of spending £1 billion.
Signing Renato Sanchez after he's convinced that he's a good player.
Thoughts on capitulation today.
Capitulation.
I mean, I'd hardly call it a capitulation. We only conceded 1 goal in the 95 minutes, not 2 like we did against Spurs. So it's improvement.
You bottled it, basically.
And at least West Ham are sitting in the top 4, so at least it's acceptable to draw against them. But it was just bad defending, and it was a clear handball. But I ain't saying anything about it. I'm not bitter.
Yeah, and I don't know what the handball rule is, because last time I checked, that was handball.
Yeah. Last time I checked, you couldn't head it onto your own arm to get yourself
He
a
didn't
goal.
even do that. He just armed it.
Yeah. And the fact is, you can see he's trying to actually head it onto his arm. Look at his head was like that. It's like, you're not heading it towards the goal, mate. But the performance was a lot better in that second half.
Shit.
Spud Hampton.
I know, right?
No, I'm just proving that 9th is better than 11th.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Can we actually now officially say that?
The thing is,
no,
mate, you can
Brad.
you can say that as much as you like, but the thing is,
Brad.
the Brighton, the one Brighton supporter is happy, so I don't give a shit.
No, Brad, you have to admit this. Like, if Brighton get a valuable 3 points, they've basically replaced you in the top 4 race.
Well, I mean, that's not hard. I mean, fucking Southampton have a good job of chasing us, replacing us in the top 4. And we're dreadful at the moment.
No, we're already 7 points above Leicester. So why are they more
6
in
points.
the top 4 then?
6 points.
Okay, 6 points because they got another point today. Yeah, fair point. But
They
we're
did
6
become
points
money.
above them, and yet they are supposedly still in the top 4 race, more so
they're not
than
in the
we
top
are.
4 race.
And
They're not.
any
They're
Leicester
not.
fan will admit that their form hasn't been great recently. So
That's
it's just so disrespectful to Brighton to. Because I don't think we're going to get top 4. I don't think we're in the top 4 race, realistically. But if Leicester are, we are.
6 points more game in hand.
So, Brad, what are your thoughts on the game?
Yeah,
We
was complete.
We bottled it.
We were robbed, mate. We were absolutely robbed for the first time in about probably since Liverpool at home. Ironically, we actually put up a great fight and a great effort. We actually went back to the old Leicester way. We were switching it from left to right quickly instead of taking 75 passes to switch it across the pitch. We were getting it to Harvey Barnes in space so he could be active and lethal. And then some tosser in the middle decided he liked his whistle for only West Ham, and Craig Dawson can score with his arm. Well, how can you get back in form and win a game if that's what you're up against? We weren't up against 11 men. We were up against 13, the fuckers. It was embarrassing.
13?
Yeah, because you got the VAR decided handball wasn't handball, and the referee decided in the pitch that it was an absolute clown. Michael Ovell, I've lost all respect for him as a ref because he's an absolute utter clown.
I told you, all English refs are shit. I've been telling you for a long time.
I mean, do you remember when you used to get them little like licenses out, cereal boxes for like little things and little toys? That's why they get their referee license.
Time for me to become a referee.
Mate,
Why you? You would favour Chelsea
these,
every time.
You know these refs. You know these refs are wanna place out a cereal box.
No, Reese. Let's have this right. Right, he is the equivalent of Jade with how many clubs he likes to support and follow. Reese, he would not be biased. You could give him that. He does at least has his honest opinions about it.
Arsenal. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, but they wouldn't allow you to ref them games, mate. I think they take your bias into account.
I'm going to be fair whenever I ref a game.
Lies.
Bullshit.
Nah, I'll be fair whenever I ref a game, man.
I feel like it's probably quite hard to be completely unbiased. Like, even if I'm watching a game and I don't give a shit about the two sides playing, I'm probably going to end up backing one of them.
Unless it was Palace.
Yeah, well, then I'd back whoever Palace is playing.
Aye, so it'd be complete bias for you.
Exactly.
I
am biased. Everyone has
to be fair, I'd
biases.
fuck over Liverpool, so...
I would say I'd have bias towards whoever like the likes of Derby County or Forest play, but they're still irrelevant by not being in the division.
I'd fuck over Leeds, Liverpool, and Man City
to be fair, when you think about Brighton and Crystal Palace, when you first think about it, you wouldn't think of them as rivals. So it's like,
No, but we are. So get over it.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like.
Oh, that was said with some bang, weren't it?
I know. It
We're the only rivalry where we consistently have to justify why we're actually rivals. And it's like, both teams hate each other.
Both teams hate each other. Pretty much.
Sorry, I got a message then and it made me.
I don't get the Chelsea versus Leeds rivalry. There's over 200 miles separating the two. There's over 200 miles separating Leeds.
Nipping, with the greatest respect, mate, I've heard your opinions on rivals and history. You're not wanting to bring up mileage and distance into this.
There's 200 miles between? I missed that.
London and Leeds, 200 miles between us.
That is a weird rivalry, to be fair.
Hang on, we're 300 miles away from Man United. We're rivals.
And Brighton are 6 miles away from Palace. But for some reason, that's the one that gets questioned.
Competing for titles. What are Leeds competing for?
Sleep.
To stay in the Premiership at all costs.
Oh, but they're a big club.
Well,
that was a really bad northern accent, but you get my point.
They're a big
club.
Big club. They're a big club, innit?
What accent?
I can't.
No, I'm done with the accents being tried tonight.
You have my accents earlier, Brad.
Yeah, that's true.
Thank fuck it wasn't a Scottish accent.
Don't set me off.
I don't think anyone but Scottish people can do Scottish accents. So
I know someone who can.
I know a few English people that can.
I've
Don't ask me to.
I'll put it in the comments.
I thought I'd go a bit Jamaican if I try and do a Scottish accent. I'm from Scotland.
Scottish accents are difficult to differ.
Oh God, are we? Is this what this show's become now? We're just doing accents.
the
Let's
fuck
start with
is
Nippon. Let's hear your Scottish, Nippon. Come on, let's really get the stream on.
Yeah.
I'm not going to insult two people sitting below me by my Scottish accent.
I'm quite good at impression, by the way. I can do English as well.
Do an
No,
English
the
one. Yeah, I want to.
We do a good impression of Motherwell fan. Pain.
We won 2-1 yesterday, mate. So there you go.
You're still shit.
What's
Down the quarter-final, so there you go.
What did Motherwell ever do to you?
You already know the answer to that.
Oh, yeah.
Already know the answer, because it didn't get gossed before.
Do you hate them more than Celtic?
No.
No.
Who you
Not quite
support?
Celtic.
Who?
Rangers.
Fair enough.
Depends on the country.
So,
Pretty sure you're more.
Talking about Scottish
It
football.
depends on the
but,
country, Reese. That's
so let's
Mm.
I'm Arsenal. Is it? No. I'm fucked.
Oh, here we go.
Crimal. Oh my God.
I'll wait for your feelings to hurt me a little bit there, mate. Don't worry about it. Let me just take the effect of the fact that you're going to bottle top 4 and take pride in that. I'm all right, mate. I'll survive. I survived 31 years of watching my team play crap football and decent football. I mean, when you lift the Premier League trophy, then come and talk to me. Cry more before you win something decent. Well, cheers, mate. See you later.
Good, nice, nice comeback, Brad.
Trust me, to be fair, I could have said
He's done a
something
bigger
lot
comeback.
worse.
That's Brad's biggest comeback since Easter Sunday.
Well, yeah. Resurrect me from the dead at your own will.
Does he look like Jesus?
He
I
does.
really do not see it.
Then you really need to get your eyes tested.
I've told
That's
her that.
true, but also he doesn't look like Jesus.
He
I
does.
actually do need my eyes tested. I am due an eye test.
I'm looking
And
out
I
for
am
your bit. I'm
really
looking out for your
legally
health.
Yeah. Going to come crashing down when that happens.
The arm is handball.
I didn't watch the game, so no comment.
He hit it here on his arm. That is handball.
I watched some
Right.
of it as well.
I mean,
And
apart
I bet-
from literally
Mate,
picking the ball
I
up
love
and
it.
booting
No,
it into the
no,
net.
Brad. Do you know what these people are? These people are these people that would, if it was the other way around, they'd be kicking and screaming, shooting and shouting, throwing their TV off out of the frigging window, right? Screaming and
I
shouting.
would do that. It's expensive.
Yeah, but that's what they would do. It. They would have a go all the time. Mate, you need to go to Specsavers, that or go to the NHS and get one for free.
Last time I checked, that
Here,
part,
mate.
that is still an arm, mate. It's still an arm. It's still part of the connected to the hand that leads to an
Can I
infringement in
just
play.
make this very clear? From here to here is handball. Fact.
Look, at the end of the day, it weren't ruled out. You got a point, fair play, but I still don't think it would have stood. I've disagreed with
remember what
it
you
when
said
Leicester
to
got
us.
hold. So
Just remember
Deal
what you
with
said
it.
to us with Burnley. Just remember what you kept saying to us with Burnley,
At least
regardless of
Leicester's
VAR
got-
and all
at
that.
least-
If we don't take chances, it
At
means
least,
fuck all.
at least Leicester and Dagenham and Redbridge have got morals.
Dagenham and Redbridge.
Yeah,
Forfeit the game.
and they know exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, not this again, Stephen.
Look, what the hell?
Spoke about it last week or 2 weeks ago, didn't you?
Oh,
What is undying love for Mikel Arteta?
Change the rule proper mate. You know what? If you want to get your thoughts clear, I'll send you the link and then.
they changed the rule. When?
I'm not being salty, mate.
I
At
know they've
all.
changed the rules so many times that it's got lost in translation, but they've not changed how it's handled. It's here to here. It's not fucking difficult.
They got
Even
changed
if
at the
it
start of the
was here,
season.
even if it was here to here. He still hits him here. It's still fucking handball. It
The rules
still
did
hits.
change at the start of the season, though.
Even look, it
No,
hits him.
you're very right. They did
Even
change
no,
at the
Yeah, right,
season,
mate.
but
even
where
if
he
he
hits
says,
it and how it
even
actually goes
hang
about
on,
hitting him,
hang on,
that's why I have the
Brad,
argument. Sorry,
Brad,
Steve.
even if I half hear him out here and say it's hit half of his sleeve, half the ball still hit his arm. That means it's handball.
Yeah. I still think if it hits somewhere where if that part of them was offside, they'd be offside, then it's a handball, surely. Wait. Or the
If
other
you
way
can't
around.
use your eyes, mate, give it
Something
to
like that.
someone who can.
Nobody knows about a handball
But at
anymore.
the end of the day, like I said, it's done. It got awarded. There's nothing I can do
Exactly,
about
but-
it. I
It
don't
means
personally think
fuck
it's
all.
stands.
Yeah.
It means fuck all at the
I
end of the
admit,
day,
it helps
because
us anyway.
you were giving us the big in after Burnley with the referee decisions. If you still don't take your chances, you don't win the game. It means fuck all. You just had
Exactly.
plenty of chances from what I heard. So
Yeah, we did.
handball or not, it
That's
means
it.
fuck all.
Yeah, at the end of the day, but to do
So
it,
end of.
you're fine,
End of.
mate. I agree, mate. At the end of the day, we should have made that a consolation goal. It should have been, oh, they scored a
Newsflash.
94th minute goal to win it 3-2.
Newsflash to everyone. Newsflash to everyone. Apparently, here is your shoulder.
No,
That's
this
your
is your shoulder. This
Yeah,
is
that's
your
what I'm saying.
shoulder.
Apparently,
Yeah, your
yeah,
shoulder's
no.
up there,
Apparently,
bro.
this is.
Mine's just lost somewhere,
No,
but there's your
no, but
shoulder.
apparently to this blind idiot, right? This part is your shoulder.
Jesus Christ.
Go learn the anatomy of the
I
body.
mean, if you
Oh
really
my
want
god.
Stop chatting
to, then
shit.
we can talk about it until we're blue in the face and sit and
Yeah,
do it.
but it's
Then
chatting shit.
you can chat shit all you like.
You're
Chatting
chatting
shit.
puppies. Guy, let me just say something to this. You're celebrating a draw. Have some shame.
There's no shame in getting a point against anybody, especially away from home. They'll
To
probably
be honest,
through.
right, I want to say something, right. First things first, Dip, and thanks for inviting me on for tonight's stream. But anyway, I hope everyone's keeping well and keeping safe. But no, what I will say is about this Leicester and West Ham game, right? Don't you think Leicester would actually celebrate a draw? Because think about it, right? West Ham are currently on good form.
No.
Leicester are on terrible form. Yes,
No.
Leicester would be very disappointed that they
No.
continue to late equaliser.
It's the manner of
No.
the draw. It's less
No.
the league position.
Thank
Going
you.
into the game, they might have been okay with the
Luca,
draw.
did you
If
see
you
how the
draw
game
last
went?
minute like
It's the
that,
way that,
it-
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
West Ham were poor in the second half.
I'm sorry if
They were
that
lucky
happened
to
to
get a
if
point.
we were 16th.
Right,
for
I'm not sure if
example,
he's on about
which we
people
were
in the
last.
comments towards
If
me
we were
or Stephen
16th,
here. That I'm
which
just trying to.
hang on, if
Right.
we were if we were 16th, which yeah, I make it top for it was.
Sorry, how can you?
And that's what I mean. I'm not sure if he's aiming at it.
When was it, Brad? Right at the end of the game?
Yeah,
Mate,
literally. like,
you're
kick
calling
against
us blind,
them.
so there you go. I'm calling you blind. So there you go. What's the problem?
It was
You can't
94th
take it,
minute. It
don't
was
do it.
literally. It was
If you
practically
can't
the last
take-
kick of the
If you
game.
can't take it, don't give it out.
Exactly.
Simple. Right? And trust me, I'm sure plenty of people here would say I'm out of line.
You're not out of line, Steve.
Thank you very much.
You're chatting absolute facts.
There you go. Right? I've spent enough time in hospitals to know what the human anatomy is, and that is not your shoulder.
Yeah, that's handball, in my opinion.
Thank you very much.
To be honest, but when you think about it, right?
Yeah, it's like from there to like from your hand or maybe I think a handball.
No,
To be honest,
handball's
right?
not here.
Was it
But
handball?
like I
that's
said,
stupid.
what I was
No,
going to
I'm
say
trying to
is
do like
that you've lost that.
Prayer, no.
Even if what I was going to say is, even if we were 16th in the league or something, or Leicester were 16th in the league, and they'd lost a game or they've drew a game like that, well, just for
It wasn't
example,
handball.
for
It
example,
wasn't. It wasn't
and you-
handball. It
hang
wasn't
on, hang
handball.
on,
West Ham were lucky.
hang on, Luca. Let me just finish the point before I go mad. Like, even if we were 16th or Leicester was 16th in that game and they drew that game in that last minute, they're not going to be happy with the draw because of the way it's gone, because they've conceded at the very last minute, right? You've done everything in the game. All you had to do was defend a set piece.
He's not wrong. He's absolutely not wrong. I'm fuming.
Oh, mate,
look.
honestly, I'm literally going to find a picture of this. I'm not even going to lie.
I've literally just watched the highlights.
Yeah, but it wasn't a handball anyway.
Yes, it was. Oh my
Yes,
god!
It was
Here
a
we go.
handball.
I tell you what. How many weeks worth of us
What's
going
wrong
on
with
about it?
fucking
It'll take
eyes?
you to then change your mind in about 2 weeks' time, mate. So don't jump on a bandwagon when everybody else is literally saying it's a fucking handball.
Kakuya
It
handball.
wasn't. I don't think it was a handball. I think Leicester
I
deserved to win that game.
guarantee you this right now, Luca. If that was happening to Arsenal in the 94th minute or wherever it was on the pitch, it doesn't even matter what happened, you'd be screaming that it was handball and the goal
This
shouldn't
is what I
count.
say to this dude. This dude would be screaming at a handball.
You would. You the same energy.
Possibly, maybe.
I'm sorry,
But
this guy here would be saying the same thing. This guy,
Mate, I'm sorry, but if you think the one person out of the 7 of us in this room is the only one talking sense and the people in the comments are saying it's handball, then you need to go and maybe get your head examined.
One moment. I think this is a One moment.
mate, I need you to honestly. No.
Wait.
Get off the screen, mate. Go call dial 999. Go get an ambulance.
Wait a minute. Let me enjoy this moment.
Go on in.
Let me eat my chocolate whilst you two are arguing like little girls.
Oh,
If that's not a song, I'm writing a song with that. Wait a minute. That was like.
See? Let me eat my chocolate whilst you two are arguing like little girls.
No, there's no need to be. Look, easy. There's no need to be a douche.
Sorry, what did you just say they were arguing like?
Little girls.
There's no need to be a douche, East Side.
No need to be sexist.
Well,
Yeah,
little boys
yeah.
as well, or little people, or just crying like bitches. How about that?
I mean, bitches is still a term rooted in misogyny, but it's better.
It is.
Or just bitches
It's
because
better.
people can bitch. People just bitch in general. How about that? Can't argue that one.
They're
Right.
so wankers. I like that one.
Big up
Fine,
yourself,
fine.
Christopher.
All right, here we go. This is the best way. They're just arguing like cock. They're just
Hang on a
arguing
minute.
like cockwombles.
There we
Absolutely.
go. That one's good as well. Cockwombles is a very good one.
Yeah, it's unisex.
Nippon, I'll just show something. Look, at what point is that his shoulder, mate?
How is that a shoulder?
You can't tell from a still frame.
Look.
You can
Look,
see it in
where's
the arm.
hitting him?
But yeah, that looks like his arm.
I mean,
Like,
if he
you may
hits
not
that,
notice, that's hitting skin. That's not hitting his sleeve, which would be where his shoulder is. That's hitting skin.
I don't- I'm
Thank
not
you
getting
very
rid. I
much.
just don't understand how you can not
Right.
take the fact
Like I
that
said, go get an eye test.
you do know that's an Arsenal fan as well. That's an Arsenal fan saying that if you, it just.
Just remember at the Euros, you guys were defending Harry Kane for blatant cheating.
Correct.
When did he
Correct.
Harry Kane.
That's all I'm saying.
When did Kane cheat?
He cheated against the Danish.
Still crying.
No,
I'm
Sterling.
talking about when Sterling dived.
I'm saying that is a Scotsman. You gag cheat.
I don't care.
But anyway,
You were the
I hate when people are like, Italy were a pure force come to save football. When in reality,
did.
they were
They
dirty
did.
cheats too, because there's just so much of it in football nowadays. So,
What did Italy do?
Got a point.
when he
it's
went
not
down
like-
injured, and then when they scored, he was like, "Oh, I'm miraculously better. I'm going to go celebrate now."
I'm
I know,
gonna
it was
literally,
so bittersweet.
I'm literally gonna chokehold frigging Saka to the floor.
I didn't see anything wrong with that.
There was literally
Right.
memes of it. So,
Yeah,
And he
the
did get
memes
booked
are a
for it.
problem.
If you mean
Memes are a
notice,
problem.
I
The tackling wasn't.
do have one of those shirts, and they are tight around my neck. Mate, Piers Morgan's a mug.
That would be
Yeah, they
absolutely.
will qualify. They'll beat Portugal.
that would be quite funny.
They'll beat Portugal.
I don't know. Portugal have some good players, especially now Pedro Neto's coming back.
Ronaldo's not been on
Yeah.
before. Ronaldo's not going
Pedro Neto doesn't
Pedro
get picked.
Neto's coming back to save Portugal.
That's a lie.
Come on, let's
He's back in training.
Yippee!
He's
I
not
love
gonna
Pedro
get.
Neto. He's like one of the best youngsters out there, and he deserves the world because he's just so pure. He has the prettiest smile, except for Brad.
No, they don't.
Viva Ronaldo! Viva Ronaldo!
Yeah, we don't like Ronaldo.
Portugal
That's
won't beat
Luke's
Italy.
favourite line, isn't it?
Nah, I'm just gonna sing Viva Ronaldo.
Mate, is it because you've lost the point that much? You've now got to threaten us.
I've not seen half this. I don't even know what's going on. Half
You're now going to try and threaten us with violence. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, there's no need to get violent.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man.
No, there's no need to make it up.
Because you can't win an argument. Because I just proved you wrong.
Meeting.
If you can't take the banter, mate, don't give it.
Again, don't dash it out, exactly.
You gished it out. You didn't like it back.
This is
Honestly,
why this is why I don't get
So
involved.
violent. I had one calling me a wanker and a slag after the game because I dared to walk to the fucking station.
Really?
I only deny one of those accusations.
What, the wanker part?
No, I'm not a slag. I'm not a slag.
Oh, I was saying you could be a wanker though.
Everybody's a wanker, let's be honest. Who hasn't
That's
heard?
very.
Yeah.
That's a very good point. That's a very good point.
It's a very good point.
I mean, Jesus has done it over separate centuries, so it's okay.
I hold the record, mate. That's what's going on there, mate. You're going out that closer.
You died doing it as well.
Right,
I know, right?
right, you can stop being a
Fucking
keyboard warrior now.
unbelievable.
You're that old that you're still performing miracles.
I know, right? Apparently, it's the magic of these hands. That's all I know. That's all I know.
You do have very nice hands.
Let's just stop abusing and causing fights.
The Brighton fan is cool. Oh, thank you. Thank you, West Ham fan.
What's your argument? I know your face. Now hope. Dude, there's no need to threaten physical violence, honestly.
Wow.
You can't win a football
You're
game.
really,
Wow.
you're really getting so hyped over the fact that
Fucking hell.
everybody except for
Does it
one
look like
individual.
I really give a fuck with my life right now, mate? You don't even know what's going on in my life right now. You really think
Stop
I give a
provoking him then. Just ignore
fuck?
him.
Shut the fuck up.
Honestly,
That's making it worse.
That's a keyboard warrior for you, so there you go.
Guys, look, Eastside, if you keep insulting Steve like that, I'm going to have to put you on timeout. Honestly.
Let's just be civil. Let's just leave it at that and get back to doing what we do best: chat, shit, and talk
It's
football.
an hour now.
Let's just
Football
talk
and other
football.
stuff.
Well, I love a fight.
Like how sexy Brad is.
Well, I love a
Well, I'm not supporting that part. I'm not supporting that part, Chloe. That's just human nature.
Mm.
No offense, Brad.
I know. None taken, mate.
No. Okay.
Steve and Luca, this is time for you to share the stage. What were your thoughts on the Arsenal game? What were your thoughts on the Arsenal game?
What, the Wolves game the other night? To be honest, right, I think we rode our luck at times, and I think we defended very well. But the only issues I will say, the negatives I will say, and then I'll get into the positives after. The negatives I will say, quick thing I will say, is I thought we lacked a bit of creativity at times, especially when Lacazette missed that opportunity to make it 2-0 at Wolves. That rectifies and goes to show where we didn't address a striker or a midfielder in the January transfer window. Whereas if we would have got a striker in January, we would have been fine. But I want to talk about the positives. Then I'll get onto the Martinelli just the situation. I thought Gabriel was brilliant. Ramsdale kept us in it. Portal, good save. Second half, I thought we were quite poor, but but we defended very, very, very well. And but did we deserve the win? I'm guessing just about, but we did roll our luck at times. But back to the Martinelli situation, was it a red card?
Yes.
Yes.
I went to go back and watch it a few times,
Yes.
and I watched it today. I
Check
think it
Yale, yes.
was just about a red card.
Yes,
What?
I'm
Thank
not sure
you.
that's
Hallelujah.
It was a
The
clear
How's
reason
it
why,
just? How is it just?
just
It was
about.
clear red. It's a
How's
clear
it
red.
just?
No,
Mate,
just
that's
about.
what you're getting from it.
Guys,
Oh
let
my
me
lord.
he pushed Daniel Podence to the floor, and
Yeah, he
then
pushed the ball player on the floor. Yeah, but still, right?
He's like a
He could
wolf
get sent
dog.
off.
and then
He was interfering with play.
and then he gave the big one to the ref, and then he got sent off. It was a clear second yellow in my opinion.
I just love the way Nippon when he was giving it the big one. Love it.
Nippon-
It wasn't
Nippon-
giving it the
Nippon
big
showing
one.
it,
It
Nippon
wasn't the
showing
fact.
it.
It
That's
didn't matter
class.
about giving it the big one. It didn't matter about that. Simple as this. He shoved.
He's a
Like-
muppet. He's a muppet.
Yeah, he's naive and young. Don't forget, he's 21 years old still.
But the thing is, what
Right.
annoys me about this
Right,
game
yeah.
is, right, is every
Absolutely.
single time when Martinelli got sent off, I was worried that Wolves were going to concede. They did have an offside goal, and it was offside. But every time when we that game reminds me, right. Lucky enough, Wolves didn't actually score and get a point, right. But even if they did, that would have reminded me of the Manchester City game. Despite the City game, we were very unlucky to get a result. The Wolves game, the second half, we didn't play well. But why is it every time when we go down to 10 men, we've had 5 red cards in the calendar of the year, right?
For
4
And
red
15
cards,
since
sorry,
Arteta came in.
and 15 since Arteta, right? Why is it every time we lose our heads and something goes all wrong? Lucky enough is that didn't happen on Thursday because we defended very well. Gabriel and Ramsdale were our best 2 players in the second half. So we got away with it. We rode our luck at times, and it was a very good win against Wolves. And we need to keep our consistent now. It's been a good weekend. Manchester United dropped points. Spurs lost again.
that's what you were
West Ham
saying earlier.
drew against Leicester. But we need to keep the consistency. And we've got difficult games coming up. And that's about it. But I don't know what you think about it, Stephen.
Hey, that wasn't what he was saying. First of all, B.
How do you know what, mate? You didn't even watch my stream on Thursday.
No. B. No, mate. I was talking to you privately.
To quote Star Wars, this is where the fun begins.
Star Wars. Let's play Star Wars theme.
May the fourth be with you.
If anyone, to be fair, I'm wearing a Star Wars hat because I am the GOAT.
Anyway,
Vader.
look, I didn't get to see much of the game. I wasn't feeling too well at the time, so I can't say too much about it. I did see the highlights, and it was a pretty even game in balance of things. Both teams had their chances. Once we got the goal we did what we usually do, which is back off about 5 yards. And then Martinelli, there's no might be or no or kind of or yes. It's clear. It 100%. You've pushed him on the floor. Now putting your hands on the player, you could get a red for. Well, even if it's a push, you can get a red for it.
Mm-hmm.
Straight red. So he's lucky he even got a yellow, right? Which didn't work because then he throws the ball and the guy goes on a 40-yard run, which then he has to catch up for. And then knowing he's got Tierney in front of him, he decides to take him out for no reason. He's going nowhere.
We.
Because it's not about getting big in with the ref or anything like that. He has been young and naive.
See?
And stupid. Right?
We.
He is still 21 years old. Right? Martinelli is not aggressive. He's not usually an aggressive player. Right? he's just
Immature,
been-
stupid, lost his head.
Yeah, he's just lost his head because he's been immature and naive, right? And unfortunately, we've got experienced players like Granit fucking Xhaka.
Yeah,
To
but
learn
what
off.
did
And
does
we've
he
got
do?
no, but this is the point. The problem is, and I heard people already saying, yeah, but if you've got Granit Xhaka or you've got Partey or you've got Gabriel to learn off, well, it's going to rub off on the younger ones. No, the manager needs to step in and needs to start seriously having a question. It's not just Pepe. It's not just like Partey, Gabriel, Xhaka. It's been 15 red cards under Mikel Arteta. There is a serious discipline problem at Arsenal, and if you're not careful, don't forget, Arteta, you thinned our squad. So this is all you've got. So if you send half of our squad off, you're fucked. So you might want to get on top of this as soon as possible. Otherwise, we ain't getting top 4, mate, because we ain't gonna have the squad to play. We're already behind on games because you already decided to delay half of it. So all in all, once we went down to 10 men, we didn't actually bottle it and crumble, which is what we did do against City. And to be honest, if it was probably a team that could take their chances and create more chances, probably we would have buckled. But luckily, it was Wolves who do struggle with that. And to be honest, once we went to 10 men, it actually did us a favour because all we could do was do Route 1 football. And the one thing I will say, like, Luca,
Yeah.
you were very quick to have a go at Ian Nketiah for no reason.
Well, yeah, because
He comes on for 9 minutes to defend because we've got to defend because we've got 10 men.
yeah, but Stephen,
This is
he's not good enough.
No. Listen. Yeah, but that's not the point. That's
Yeah, you don't
beside
keep
the
a
point.
strike. You don't keep a
That's
striker
beside
on in
the
that
point.
sense.
No, but that's beside the point. We've put the player on as fresh legs to help us defend our 1-0 lead because we've got 10 men on the pitch.
Well, you play
and all
Pepe.
we
You
could do
bring
is
Pepe
defend.
on. No, you
This is
bring
not
Pepe on.
No, Luca. You said our game plan at that point was to get a second goal. This ain't the 03-04 Invincibles where we could sacrifice a player sitting sent off and still play brilliant football. We're not that team.
I do know that.
Our game plan was to park the bus and hold out. That's all we could do. So no matter who we bung on, whether it was a goalkeeper, a defender, or a striker,
You did the right thing.
He was gonna be playing defensive, and that's
It's the
what
right
he did.
decision.
He
It's the
did
right
his
decision.
job. He
That's
did
the right
his
decision.
job.
That's the right
And,
decision.
you just give every player that came on that pitch, including Nketiah, you give him his credit. Doesn't matter if he's shit. You give him credit for what he's done in the game.
Yeah, exactly.
You
It
don't
was
just
right.
go, because he's shit.
Any club that goes down to 10 men, you've got to make sacrifices. If you have to go defensive, you go
Yeah.
defensive.
I'm
You have
sorry,
no other
but,
option.
like,
Yeah, but why don't
I'm
you not
sorry.
bring someone like Pepe on?
Because that's not going to
Because
do
what's the
anything.
point?
He doesn't try back.
He doesn't yet, but what's the
But
point?
it's not like he's going to like lead up
He
to
won't track
conceding
back.
a
He'll
goal or
just like
something.
get forward all
Luca,
the time.
you're asking to go forward and score a second goal. So once they go and score a second goal, we leave ourselves exposed because we've got 10 men and they go and score a goal. We're fucked.
Mate, Pepe. Yeah, but what guarantee that Pepe's going to give the ball?
What's the
Gonna give
guarantee
the-
that Arsenal going to go score a second goal? Then we've
It's
scored
also a
goals
moot
anyway.
point because it just feels like you're not
All we
listening
could
to
do
what
was
Stephen's
park the
saying.
bus. And
You
I'm
need to-
sorry,
let me
Nketiah
explain it a
did his
different
job.
way.
You can't, hang on, I'm just saying, Nketiah, you can't have a go at Nketiah. You
Let me
can't have a
explain it
go
in a
at him
different
for
way.
that. He's
Let me
done his
explain it in a
job.
different way. Let me explain it in a different way for you, Stephen, because it might just be the way you're doing it. Basically, for Luca, right? In football, obviously, you play with 11 men. Quite simple. When you go down to 10 men, you've either got an option. You either go very defensive, very compact, low block, maintain your defence, keep your team far back as possible, or you be fucking stupid and you peg everybody back. You keep a striker on thinking, yeah, we're going to get something. No, you play it safe, you play it smart, you play defensive. take the striker off in that position, keep your team pegged back in a low block, get a flat midfield, flat back four, best thing to do, and keep yourself nice and tight. If you make any further changes, go attacking wise, you're going to lose.
Yeah.
So you're better off playing with a low block, playing nice and compact, playing very defensive. It's smarter in that circumstance. You do not play risky. Bring on an attacking player unless you've got the time and the circumstance. I've seen Mourinho do it numerous times when he was in Man United. I've seen Sir Alex Ferguson do it.
Reece,
You play it safe, you play it smart, you play compact.
Reece, what we did basically is use players that could press quick press the ball and also track back, but could also play five. We also then played five at the back with also a four in front of us. Right?
Exactly.
Which then basically left us left Wolves with no space whatsoever. And they struggled to create chances in the best of times. So that means they weren't going to be able to do it with a flat,
you go
with a flat
4-4-1.
five. So I'm sorry.
In fact, if you're playing to,
there's no criticism. There's
red
no
card
criticism
situation.
here.
A red card situation, I always say for a team, if you get a red card, if you're playing 4-3-3 and you get a red card, you then switch to 4-4-1.
And as you say,
that is the smartest way to defend a red card situation. You go 4-4-1 straight away.
Before we move on, I'd like to go through a few comments. Fox, I know this has been there for quite a while. He asks me, remember when Ajax versus Chelsea, Ajax had a double sending off? Yeah, I remember that game. That was the first game I ever went to that finish.
by the way, speaking of red cards, does anyone see that Porto game?
Yeah, I watched the game.
Jesus Christ, that was carnage, wasn't it?
That's the difference between the Portuguese league and the Premier League. It's proper fighting, it's proper men.
Well, it did also have Pepe involved, so that probably increased its odds.
When I first read it, I thought it said Pepe got 4 red cards. And I'm like, how did he get 4 red cards? And I'm he's got 1 or 4. Oh, okay.
You know what's funny about the game as well? You know what's funny about the game as well? Porto are still unbeaten in the league.
Are they actually?
Yeah, they're still unbeaten.
Well, they're the only team who are unbeaten in their own leagues in the whole world.
That's right.
In a piss Portuguese league.
Don't tell me Porto won that game.
No, they drew 2-2.
Why is it everyone?
They drew 2-2.
Do you know what I hate? When other fans from other countries go, "Oh, the piss poor." Like, our fans in our in this country go, "Oh, it's from the piss poor Farmers League of France, or is it the piss poor Portuguese league?" But it's when they want a player from that league. It's not so much a bad league. Guimaraes.
Here's the funny thing. Last year, Sporting Lisbon went unbeaten.
But apparently, Renato Sanchez was too shit because he was in a piss poor league.
That's because your fans don't have ball knowledge. Last year, Sporting.
I know that because we've repeatedly got players from the Dutch league. And they've repeatedly
the Dutch league's good. The Dutch league's quality.
You've got
bagging in that league. Brighton can't score to save his life.
Yeah, people mug off like foreign leagues all the time. It's because they're just stupid. Like the Portuguese league.
Don't you think there is difference in qualities? Obviously, I'm not saying they're a Farmers League because they're obviously
investment in certain teams
and rule structures. A lot of countries outside have very different and very strict rule countries. I mean, I'm
like
just bringing out Russia. Russia's one of the worst, which might sound more obvious, but they're one that has really strict rules.
Germany, I can't deny it. Germany has a big circumstance, like for big clubs. Fair enough, it always favour Bayern, but you can get at them. PSG have lost titles. PSG have lost titles despite all their billions. Italy, Juventus obviously had their thing.
The thing I don't like about the German league is that Bayern Munich just buy any players that are really good from other teams. Do you see that
50+1 rule benefits them as well.
Well, the thing is,
to be fair, one of the best ones they've got right now in football is Robert Lewandowski, and they were willing to pay in the region of, I think, about 80 million for him, and they got him for nothing because Dortmund came out and their owner said, "We're not selling him. We'd rather let him run his contract down and go to free than sell him to a rival." So it's like, What a stupid
Mhm.
point. Surely you might as well mug them of their money and take something
Exactly.
off them.
The
But
thing is, I want to make.
Götze left for 42 million. Lewandowski left for a free transfer all within a year.
Do you still rate Mario Götze?
Who?
Do you still rate him?
Mario Götze.
Do you
Yeah, I still
rate
do. Yeah, he's doing
Yeah,
great for
well,
PSV.
Good player.
He's the reason that we won the World Cup against the shitty Argentina team. So yeah,
Would you bring him
Hang
back?
on, no. Hang on. That was apparently Germany against Messi. It wasn't Germany against Argentina.
Wait. A shitty Argentina team.
it was shit. Don't even try to
It was-
argue with
it
me.
was shit,
Don't
mate,
even
aye.
try it.
Fucking
Don't
Messi.
even try.
How are these aren't shit
Then
players?
Otamendi, he's shit.
They were a shit team, Nippon.
Nippon. The
Listen,
reason
At the end of
they
the
were
day,
shit.
Argentina were shit that year.
The reason they were shit.
Get the bottom line.
And I remember this, and even the build up to it summed it up. The build up to it was Germany versus Messi.
Mm-hmm.
That sums it up.
Yep.
They weren't worried about the Agueros, the Mascherano's, the Otamendi,
Higuain.
the Zaballetas, the Higuains. They were worried about Messi. Messi was going to bail them out.
Messi's
Which
going.
World Cup
If
Messi's
they
going to
played like
win.
a team, they might have won the game, but they didn't.
Messi-
They
2022.
worried. They just relied on Messi.
The team was shit. Simple as. It should have been more to Germany.
Hmm.
The Argentinians were just lucky that Germany couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. Didn't bother me. I was wearing my Germany top surrounded by Argentina fans laughing at them.
Just want to say, big up to Maisie. How are you doing?
Big up, Maisie.
Back up, man.
And yeah, Reese, he was on full screen for like a good 5 minutes.
Always.
But yeah, subscribe to her channel. Big up yourself, Maisie.
No, she's awesome.
Can you put Brad on full screen? I want to stare at him.
No, not listen, no.
Right.
Don't do this. If you want him on full screen, go and FaceTime him.
Alright, bye.
Yeah, good. That's a good one, guy. FaceTime me, good for it.
I'm just protecting the stream.
God, I'm on it, mate.
It's too early for YouTube to become X-rated.
Your best
I
bet for it,
have
not
a
full
question
screen
to
instead.
ask. I have a question to
Go on.
ask.
Yeah,
Do
go
you,
on.
do, and I want to say similar. I talked about it with Stephen earlier about Pep Guardiola signing. In case people didn't go in me and Stephen's stream earlier, about Pep Guardiola signing a 4-year contract, right? And we do talk about teams, obviously like Portuguese league, French league. You only get PSG winning it. And do you think the Premier League will become that? Despite Man City, if Guardiola signs a 4-year contract, right?
It does look like
Despite
it.
Arsenal winning 13 league titles and Man City have won what 7? You said earlier.
Luca, that means nothing.
But do you feel, man, if Man City could turn into like PSG, French league, win it every year, Bayern, German league, win it? Do you think if the Premier League turns into that, then you might as well give up
I
the
will
Premier League.
answer this straight off the bat. Straight off the bat, I will make sure this gets cut. It ain't never going to happen. It ain't never going to happen because the Premiership is always going to be a rich commodity to business people. They're always going to want to take over. Even if the Glazers get bored of counting their money, they will sell to the highest bidder. They will then get taken over. They will always have a rich side. I have never ever since lots of teams dragged out, and even then I can't really realistically say there was ever such a thing as a top 6 in the other leagues. There might have been a top 4 at a push, like Juventus, AC, Milan, and teams like that for the Italian leagues.
Yeah.
There's never ever been more than 4. You're always going to have the franchise of the Premier League. There's always going to be a way they can exploit money, and there's always going to be a business opportunity. It will never happen. You're talking about a hypothesis that will never happen, mate, I'm afraid. It will never become a one-track league. It never will.
Well, to be fair, the 90s was dominated by one team, but that's because nobody could beat the best team in the league. Simple as.
But that one team had This person's competing with you.
Yeah, but how many titles did they win in the 90s?
Fucking hell. I just saw
How many did-
Stephen's name. He's got more hashtags than hashtag United. I love it. I just saw his name banner. It's the first time I've seen all of them, mate. I'm just reading them all now.
Well, one's for the charity, CODF.
Ah, cool. Yeah, I
One-
thought it was, but I
one-
didn't see it. It's the first time
yeah.
I saw the hashtags. So
If anyone doesn't know what that stands for, it stands for Children's Liver Disease Foundation. So
Yeah.
And the other ones are
Wonderful
obviously
work
because I'm
for
not fair out.
Just put this into context. The Premier League won't become the Premier League will not become a farmers' league, but it will become a league where it's dominated by solely 2 teams, unless other clubs get their fingers out their arses. Simple as.
But
The
then
thing
I
is,
don't
though,
think-
over time, them 2 teams will slowly rotate into 2 other teams, or someone will at least always
why
be a
would it
different.
only be 2 teams though? There's enough rich teams in the Premier League. You've got
It's-
City, Chelsea, Newcastle just got a huge investment. Villa aren't shy
Yeah.
about spending.
But the
Look at
problem is,
money
even
spent.
what-
Look at money spent from those clubs, though. In that sense, Everton have spent nearly 600 million quid in 7 years, and yet they consistently finish below mid-table.
Oh.
It's purely because of who's
You've got to
running
be
the
smart
clubs.
about it as well.
Exactly. It's about
Fox.
It's about who runs the
Yeah.
clubs.
And no matter how competitive the Premier League has been perceived to be, in consistent years, Reece is very right. It's always ended up being, it's always these 2 teams that go down to the title. It's always between these 2 teams. Top 4 is a totally different story, and that's why they extended it to top 6, because they knew it was such a good commodity for making money. And that's why they give. That's why England have the most, by a country mile, the most European teams in most teams in European competitions for that reason alone. But when you look at it over the longevity, every title race has always been, it's just 2 teams by the end of it. You might have some teams that stay a bit longer, might take until end of February, March to rule them out. But essentially, it was realistically always only ever going to be 2 teams. And that's the only thing they get.
Think about how United used to use the league. We only lost it by a point or goal difference. You had to spend big to beat Sir Alex Ferguson. Sir Alex Ferguson didn't necessarily have to spend. He knew how good his team was. He could deliberately get rid of his best players, dip into the youth academy, promote 6 players, and still win the double.
And the thing is every time he did it, he used to criticism for it, but he was no fool by any stretch of the imagination. He would have probably the world's best, if not the world's best team out there, but he'd have players at the very peak of their game. And once that season ended, he would go, they cannot maintain that for another season. I need to get rid of X, Y, Z. And he would have spent that whole season with his team going, this person looks a great talent. Give me feedback. If your feedback's good, that's who's going to replace X, Y, and Z. And that's just something you have to do at a very high level consistently to be cast as one of them teams.
Look at the teams we went up against as well. They all shat it in the end. Like Arsenal bottled it. Because they knew Wenger wouldn't be a long-term issue to him. Wenger wasn't a title challenger after 2005. It was Jose Mourinho, and he saw it. Jose Mourinho. Mancini was a 1-year challenge. Like Sir Alex Ferguson had the decency to actually plan ahead. No other manager did. That's why he stayed at the top of the game for 26 and a half years as Man United manager.
So this is probably why, though, that Man City are desperate for Pep to stay, because Pep's already planned, has planned out, probably not this season, the next season after that, and probably even the season after that, because he's instilled an ethos. And we were speaking about this earlier weeks on our show, that
That's why I was telling
a philosophy, a culture with Manchester City that will last for a long time. Right?
That's right.
Just because, for example, and I'm not putting it in the same context, by the way, I'm not comparing the same things. If you look at this, like how Arsenal was built, how Man United was built, how Liverpool were built into the big clubs that they were, right? Way back in history. We could be looking right now, and we could be looking at 30, 40 years time afterwards, is thinking, shit, Man City They went through all those managers, but then Pep came along, and he built Man City and its culture and what it means to be a Man City fan and what it means to be and have that ethos and philosophy. Kind of like what Arsenal enjoys with its history and its ethos and its philosophy, same as Man United enjoys, same as what Liverpool enjoys as well. So it's what we're seeing at the minute, but like that's probably why Man City want Pep to stay, because I think he's got a long-term plan as well, and I think as long as that they're trying to win a Champions League as well, they think the only best man they can do it with is with Pep. And
I just think there's a lot of poor narratives as well from some people when they think they actually look at a game and they look at a team and they think, oh, they're just coming straight away and they're going to get immediate success. No, some managers get some immediate success because they're amazing motivators. And there's some who knew they have to clear out a squad. It takes a long time. It's all about knowing your squad and being smart.
Oh, it's kind of like, you remember, like Fergie was never lenient towards anyone. If Fergie needed someone to go, he went. Like Wenger back in his early days, if someone needed to go, they went. Like, for some reason, he decided afterwards to try and keep hold of people even though they've done wrong, for example. And whereas Fergie always kept that same standard, and I think that's what Pep's doing. And it's the same with Pep. Pep with Man City, if he feels that someone's stepping out of line, if he feels someone's not performing, if he feels someone's putting poor attention to the club, or too much attention to the club, even any situation, anything that could jeopardize the long-term plan or the long-term goals of the club and his plan for the club, he's going to get rid of them.
This is what Ralph Rangnick does as well, by the way.
To the owners to say, I need him gone, sell me him, and I need someone to replace him. And they'll go and do it because they value winning things and ambition. They value their ambition. Everyone has ambition. This is the thing. People say Arsenal and Man United and that they have no ambition. They have ambition. They have it in the wrong areas, right? Whereas Arsenal and Man United have it ambition in making money and commercial, right? And what it is commercial in terms of for the Glazers and the Conkeys. For Sheikh Mansour, their ambition is for winning. Same as Chelsea, their ambition is for winning.
Yeah.
So everyone has ambition. It's just we've got it in the wrong areas compared to our rivals.
Yep, exactly.
Right. Chloe, I know you have to go soon. So would you like to give your score prediction for the Man United game?
We already know, don't we?
1-0 to Brighton. Nil Mopay, and then he's gonna do Ronaldo's obnoxious
Just wait until the clown starts doing tears, and then we'll give actual tears on his face when he either gets sent off or we'll beat his. Sorry, I just have to tell you the truth.
I'll talk to you guys later. It's been lovely chatting to all of you, especially you, Brad.
Oh, for goodness sake, you.
You two get a separate link for you.
Well, where do you think I'm going? Anyway, it's been lovely talking to all of you, so I'll see you later.
Go. Okay.
Brad, you're in, mate.
Brad's known that for quite a while.
No, what? Wait, I was typing something out, so I wasn't.
Mate, come on, man, you need to be awake.
Right.
I ain't saying nothing.
If I speak, I'll be in big trouble.
This stream to We're currently on 9 likes. If I get 15, I'll probably go on another half an hour. I'll probably go on until 2 hours and 30 minutes.
You're what now?
Do 4 hours, nothing.
No, we're not doing 4 hours. Didn't he be absolutely mental?
I'm not
No,
doing.
I'm not doing 4 hours again.
You got it once, nothing. You did it once.
No.
I'm going in 10 minutes anyway.
Fair enough. Yeah. So in that case, let's just move on to the prediction. So.
Predictions.
Uh-oh.
So. We're going from tomorrow to the. We're going through next week's match day predictions for the Premier League and the Champions League.
Oh.
So, Man United versus Brighton. Chloe's already given her 1-0 to Brighton. What are we saying? Man United versus Brighton.
2-1 Brighton.
2-1 Brighton.
1 each. 1-1.
Man United will take the lead.
I've already been asked this question. Reece knows this. I'll say 1-1 because of United's current form.
1-1. Can
Yeah.
you write these down, please?
No.
Whoa. You need to
I've
go
got
for
it, it's in here.
Right. Who's here and who's giving predictions?
I'm here.
I'm still here.
So,
I got it.
I've got it locked up here.
Right, I'll give you my prediction then. Man United.
Hang on, Luca. I've got to check. I'm going to need 3 pages for you.
Right, no, I'm going to do this then. Well, fucking hold your fucking shorts together, people, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. If I'm writing this down like I did last time, right, I've got 1-1.
I'll write it down if you want me to.
What did you say?
What, for a Man U game against Brighton?
Well, it's the only one that's been mentioned, mate, so I hope so. Yeah, what's your score prediction, mate?
1-1.
1-1. Right, Reece, what was yours?
I'm still saying 2-1 United.
I take it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give any team a win
Steve.
over us.
Steven, you said 1, didn't you? What did you say? 2-1 Brighton?
Stefan.
Who?
I said
Me.
Stephen. I'm not asking for nothing yet. 2-1 Brighton, yeah. Right, Nippon, what did you say?
I'm saying 2-1 Man United. Brad, what do you say?
I've already written mine down. It's 1-1. I need Lucas to score for the Man U Brighton game.
3-1 Man United.
Lucas.
What? Where are you getting that from?
3-1 United.
It's mine.
How the fuck are Man United scoring 3 goals?
Because we still can technically.
They can barely score 2.
Can we whiz through these a little bit? If I'm writing these down and people have got to go and I'll be one of them that's going in like the next 8 minutes, can we just whiz through these, please, so I can get these done and written down if I'm keeping track?
Exactly.
West Ham versus Newcastle United. What are we saying?
3-2 Newcastle.
Steve.
Newcastle, who, sorry?
West Ham.
West Ham, Newcastle.
It's at the Olympic Stadium.
Yes, 3-2 Newcastle for me.
Right, okay.
2-1 Newcastle, hopefully.
Arsenal versus Brentford.
I've not even got mine yet.
We've literally had 2 predictions for one game. Can we get them all, then move on to the next one?
Yeah, one at a time, man. Come on.
All right, Luca.
2-1 West Ham.
2-1 West Ham. Stephen, you said 2-1 Newcastle, didn't you?
Yep.
Right, because I wrote yours down the wrong way. I thought I did. 2-1 Newcastle. Nippon.
I'm going 2-1 West Ham.
2-1 West Ham. Niall.
2-0 Newcastle.
2-0 Newcastle. And I'm going to go, just because they got a dirty late minute equaliser, 5-0 Newcastle. I'm not betting at all.
He's not sorry as
I'm
well.
not even sorry.
Is that guy still here?
I don't
No.
know, but I don't care. Anyway,
Or did
next
he
game
leave?
was who?
Right, the next
Yeah,
game.
I hope
I'm
he
gonna
smacked us.
Arsenal versus Brentford. Steve, what are we saying?
2-0 Arsenal.
Luca,
2-1 Arsenal.
2-1 Arsenal. Niall, what are we saying?
1-0 Arsenal.
1-0 to the Arsenal. Reece,
I'm not backing them. 1-0 Brentford.
What?
what I like to hear. I'm
Man
going,
United fans backing Arsenal. Just not kind of do.
I'm going 3-2 Brentford, and Granit Xhaka to get sent off. Granit Xhaka.
Every time. Can we not have any extras? Can we just keep it? Just give me a fucking goddamn score prediction.
Yeah, just do the score prediction, man.
Yeah, we're not here for any extras. This isn't a movie set.
Right. Oh, I've gone 0-0.
And it's not a crap.
0-0 would be alright actually. I'd still take a 0-0.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, Brighton versus Burnley. What are we saying?
Don't care.
Oh.
Fuck yeah, what do we have to do this?
1-0 Burnley.
Jesus Christ.
Just to see some chaos from the bottom of the league. Actually win a game of football, which they can't do anyway.
Brighton
Alright,
versus
Luca.
Burnley, is it?
2-0 Brighton.
2-0 Brighton. Right.
1-0 Brighton.
I'm going 2-2. 2-2.
Wow.
Draw specialists against a team that can't win a game to save their lives.
I've not even gave mine yet.
Yeah, Niall, what's yours?
To be fair, Sport Motherwell, this is similar.
No.
Oh, I'm 3-1 Brighton.
Surprise.
I know, right?
Next.
Um,
I'm the only one that predicted a Burnley win. See if that happens. I'm just going to remind you all.
First time I've ever possibly get on this podcast.
Okay, so it's the Bostons versus Norwich City.
Who? Who's versus Norwich?
Liverpool.
Oh, liver shit. Right.
3-0 Liverpool.
3-0 Liverpool. I am going 2-1 Liverpool.
Right, hold on a minute. Was that Luke that said 3-0 Liverpool, yeah?
Yeah. 3-0
No,
Liverpool.
Lucas said 3-0. I said 2-1 Liverpool.
Yeah, that's why I asked if it was. Anywho, so Stephen.
2-0 Liverpool.
Reese.
Couldn't give a flying fuck.
So cool.
NA.
Yeah.
Not applicable.
Yeah, I just couldn't give a flying fuck.
Okay.
Okay, fair enough. I will put you down as NA on that one. What about you, Niall?
4-0 Liverpool.
What is it with United
Oh,
fans
no.
back in Liverpool? What is this?
That's right, Reese. I'm about to bring balance to the force, as they say. Here it comes.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It finally ends their smack talk. Reckon they're going to catch an unstoppable train of Man City. Liverpool won. Norwich. Fuck me, I don't need a parrot when I'm talking. Liverpool won. Norwich 2.
Yeah, suits me.
Just to end that talk. Sorry, no, I'm just tired and ratty, mate. I do apologise. I was harsh. I
Yeah,
shouldn't have been
he's an horrible bastard like that.
Support neither Everton nor Man United.
Perhaps Brad's just an horrible bastard like that.
I am when I'm tired, mate. I'm also.
Helped Norwich turn up for the first time this season, but
It's not going to happen.
That's why I generally cannot be fucked.
Is there any more? Is there any more Premier League games? Because someone else can take over for the Champions League.
I'll take over for the Champions League.
Oh, the Champions League.
There's still games on.
Yeah, but I
There's
want to know
still
what's
There's still
what's
Premier
the
League games.
League? Yeah,
You've got to mention Chelsea, Crystal Palace.
No, but
Man.
that's. Oh yeah.
Are we
yeah,
doing every Champions League?
There's only 2 happening next week. So Liverpool, Southampton versus Everton. What are we saying?
3-1 Southampton.
Aston Villa. Okay, sorry. I'm going 2-1 Everton.
1-1.
Who was that? I won't look it up. Who said 1-1 there?
Me.
Luca.
Oh, well, thanks, me.
Luca.
Which initial? Luca. Okay.
Luca,
Yeah.
say your name.
If you can remember it.
Stephen, what are you saying for Southampton Everton, mate?
1-1.
Box, that's a
I'm
good
go-
question.
no, I'm
Who
going
do
for
Arsenal
Liverpool.
have in the
I'm
Champions
going-
League? I think it's Bursa
Wake
Sport. I
up.
can't remember.
Luca, when your name becomes Steven.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So yeah. Right, mate, go on.
2-0.
Southampton, yeah.
2-0 Everton.
Oh, Everton. Right. Okay. Niall.
Yes.
2 each. 2-2.
2-2. Interesting.
2-2, yeah.
I'll go irrelevant 0. Irrelevant 0.
0-0.
Yeah.
Aston Villa versus Watford. Brad, what are we saying?
We're saying I'm writing down the 2 teams, so I know who it is. I'm keeping track of. I'll be honest with you. Villa are looking a bit shite recently. 1-1.
1-0.
Yes.
Villa playing, I can't catch that.
So we
Villa
moved on to
Watford.
versus
Villa
Watford.
Watford.
All right, okay.
Right, so Niall, being as you now know who it is, what's your score prediction, buddy?
2-0 Aston Villa.
2-0 Aston Villa, yeah?
Yeah.
Nippon?
I'm going 2-1 Aston Villa, Watford to score first.
I don't care. I just want to know the score. That's what you asked me to do. I don't need to put scoring first. Reese, please help me for the love of God.
4-1 Watford.
You know what?
Oh, you
Benji. I like that. Steve.
know why.
Steve Allen.
Sorry, can you just mention the teams again? Because I didn't hear it. 'cause I was-
Aston Villa at home to Watford.
Aston Villa to Watford nil.
And Luca, last but certainly not least.
2-0 Aston Villa.
So I've the only one predicted a Watford win. Interesting.
Yeah, I know why you predicted a Watford win. Okay?
Why?
Because Steven Gerrard.
That's not the reason.
Correct.
No.
No, sorry. No,
We'll do some more games.
Right, here we go.
I just picked them because it's a chaotic choice.
Crystal Palace versus Chelsea.
Crystal Palace 2, Chelsea 0.
Whoa. Crystal Palace to Chelsea. No.
And Chelsea's top four hopes will begin to die this weekend. So yeah, I'm going 2-0 Palace.
You know what? I'm up in the stakes in that. 3-0 Palace.
I like that. 4-0.
Wow.
Nah, I'm sticking with 2-0. I'm sticking with 2-0.
Nice. You know, I'm gonna. If you better pray. You and Brad better pray that Palace win. Otherwise, I'll have you both on strings in the next.
What are you
podcast.
gonna do about it? Because all you do is try to stay humble.
Brad, 2-1 Chelsea.
Humble. You guys do.
Why should I back my rivals to win a game of football?
Nippon,
That's a
give me
good
your
point.
score prediction.
I'm never back in Tottenham's 1-1.
1-1.
1-1 after all that hype.
Exactly. I mean, it's genuine. Like, I'll
Yeah.
have you on stream. I'm predicting a draw.
I'll have you
Right.
because you're being
Niall,
Right.
Niall, mate.
I'm being humble.
So-
That's why I'm predicting a draw.
Right, so
Nippon.
2-1 to Crystal. 2-1 Crystal
2-1
Palace.
Crystal Palace, yeah.
Yep.
Stephen, last but certainly not least.
2-0 Palace.
Good lad.
Why is everybody predicting Palace to beat Chelsea?
Because no one
Because
likes
it's
Oh,
Chelsea.
banter.
shit.
It's funny.
I'm not backing Chelsea. Fuck that.
Because
I'm
it's
backing my man
banter.
Vieira, man.
Right,
Okay,
is there
good.
any more Premier League predictions?
Got one more, Man City, haven't you? Tottenham, Man.
Mhm.
Man City versus Tottenham. I'm gonna go for the chaos here.
No, you can't. No, do not steal from me.
Pandemonium.
That's more like it.
I'm going Man City 1, Tottenham 2.
What?
Well,
Are you
You're wrong,
fucking
but-
for real?
Now we're enjoying this.
You're a
You-
Chelsea fan.
I just want pandemonium. Reese wants chaos. I want pandemonium.
You're Chelsea. What? This
He
makes
doesn't
no
care.
sense.
I
He
don't
doesn't
care.
rate them as a rival.
Right, my prediction.
No.
Man
Look,
Man
forget
City.
shut up a minute. If this is the last one, I'm getting written down so you guys can fucking move on.
My
Jesus Christ.
Man City 3, Tottenham 1.
3-1. Cheers, Luca. Right,
That's-
Stephen.
Man City 6, Tottenham 0.
I fuck up. I kid you not. I've wrote 6-1 down.
That was the kind of prediction what he was going to put.
Reese, I don't have much room on the right, boys. If you're
Context
about
big
to
as
say
fuck.
100-0 to Man City, give me advance warning now.
There's only one prediction for me.
Go on.
Go on.
0-0 draw.
You're a
Ooh.
twat.
Well, if you actually
Well-
think about it, Boxer's right. 4-2. I like that. There's a reason I've went for a draw.
That's just
Spurs are one of the teams competing with us for the top 4.
I mean, fair. I understand your logic behind it.
And
Niall,
if I,
last but not
No,
least on this one.
3-2 to Spurs.
I hate you, lot.
he supports
No.
Motherwell. Come on, he's managed by Graham Alexander. He needs to go through some pain.
Right, Nippon, can I officially be relieved of
Yeah,
the
that's
duty?
serious.
Is there any more Premier League games I've got to note down?
There's 2. Let's go
Oh.
through them.
Kill me now. I mean, all right.
Okay,
I can do Race.
Man United. What do we say?
Who?
Manchester United 7, Leeds 0.
Leeds, Man U.
I honestly hate those little rat cunts, so I'm going high as possible. 7-0.
Yeah.
Brad, Man United 2, Leeds 0.
Right, at Leeds the home team or United the home
No.
team?
Leeds.
So
So-
Leeds, no.
Luca,
Man
where
United
do you
too.
see this Man United scoring 2, 3,
Leeds are
4
shit.
goals?
It's Leeds that always
So
leak
were
against
Burnley.
us.
They were bottom of the league.
United will beat Leeds.
They were bottom of the league, Burnley. They drew.
Aye, but Leeds are always open against us.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah,
Right.
let's see.
Stephen, just before someone starts talking again, sorry.
Yes. Yeah. I'm gonna say 3-2 Leeds.
Wanker.
Payback.
Look, Steve is never going to.
Niall, what's your score prediction, mate?
It'll be Manchester United 9, Leeds United 0.
Jesus
Hey,
Christ.
someone predicted
mate.
it. Go on. Right, anyway,
He's trying-
Nippon.
9-0.
Nippon.
If Man United win 9-0, fucking hell, I'm buying in the drink.
Leeds United 1.
I heard Leeds United won, so I'm going to put you down for what?
No,
one-
honestly, if we do win 9-0, I'm honestly gonna drive. I'm honest. I can't drive, so I will travel to fucking Scotland and buy you a drink.
You'll be doing it.
listen.
You'll probably buy him a drink at Ford Park. Shite hole.
Listen, I heard you say Leeds won, but I didn't hear your Man U score prediction.
I said it just sort of slipped out, so I'm going to say another one. I'm going to say 2-1 Man United.
It just sort of slips out. That's what he said. Anyway,
That's what
last
she
game.
said.
Yeah.
Versus your team.
Oh. Sorry, repeat that.
Wolves v Leicester.
Leicester City.
Right, pretty simple. I'm going to go for Wolves
Will
2.
versus Walker Crafts.
Wolves 2, Leicester 1.
I thought I was first. Oh,
You know what? I don't give a shit anymore. I'm going to say the order. Luca, give me your score prediction.
Wolves.
I think about
Please, give me some strength here and just listen to teacher. Right, Luca, all I heard from you there was Wolves. So can you tell me what the score between Wolves and Leicester's going to be?
Wolves. 2.
2-1 Wolves.
Yes.
Right, where's that
Luca.
Arsenal game? And how many goals can I get you spanked by now and change my fucking score prediction?
Luca, you try and make it sound like you were trying to spell it out to him, but you were saying, yeah, it's me. Well, there's loads of me's here, mate. You can see his name.
So next on the register, right, Stephen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what score prediction have we got for Wolves, Leicester?
I'm here, sir. Good morning, sir. It's I'm going 2-1 Leicester. I'm going to back you boys.
I like that. Reese.
What?
The troublemaker of the class. Wolves
You know
versus
The bitch of the class.
Wolves versus Leicester. What are you saying?
Sorry, I was just thinking of a fitter teacher.
fair enough.
I don't really know why you're thinking of teachers when you're looking at me as well. That's creepy, but let's get score prediction.
No, I was thinking of teachers, but not you. Wolves 2,
Sounds about right, doesn't it?
Leicester.
You didn't want to know what happened to my sister's course tutor.
No thanks. Wolves 2,
Let's just say he got thrown in jail.
Leicester 0.
I mean,
I'm going to back you this time, Brad.
wait your turn. Put your hand up. Wait until you're spoken to. It's Niall's next on my list here, right? I'm scoring. So yeah, Niall.
2-1 to Wolves.
2-1 to Wolves. I don't like your predictions. You ain't having a go on next round. Listen,
It's another one getting detention.
yeah, you're in after school. No, listen, I'm sorry. I'm just being an ass. What's your score prediction?
I'm backing you.
It doesn't matter what your score prediction is. I'm just
It
Nippon.
doesn't matter.
Nippon. You're next.
Listen, what's the score prediction before I lose the one to please? Please tell me your score prediction.
When Luca does it, it sounds like he's taking a shit.
You're next.
Listen, what's your score prediction?
Boss Mahoney.
I'm going to say Wolves
John
1.
Mahoney.
Okay, so that's all the Premier League ones, yeah? Is that everybody done for it?
Yes.
Capiche?
Right,
Looks like
you
it.
right. Just because the teacher's now leaving the classroom doesn't mean I don't want you all to behave while you do your extracurricular on the Champions League.
Right, I'm doing
Remember-
Champions League. Right.
Remember, if we're doing Champions League predictions, there's no point in asking an Arsenal fan because they're not in Europe.
That's why I'm doing the scores. then.
Oh,
Whoa.
We can say that about Leicester as well.
hold on, Europa Conference. At least we're still in something.
Yeah.
Yeah, a farmers league, a farmers
Oh,
competition.
and the teacher will leave the building on that note while
Yeah,
you
but
think about not
Luca,
playing European
Luca,
football, mate.
Hang on, Luca, you say Farmers League, but then you wanted to buy Gamaris from apparently a Farmers League.
I've got all the predictions down. I'll get them in the group chat, but I'm going to see you lot later.
All right,
Keep
take
it
care.
clean. Keep it clean when you leave.
I will. See you in a bit.
See you in a bit, yeah.
See you later.
Right, we're going through these games. Let's go.
Right.
Let's do it. I am.
The champions. The champions.
Yeah, all
So,
right. Let's
we have
let's
four
do this
fixtures.
in.
We have 4 fixtures before our next podcast. They are PSG versus Real Madrid, Sporting Club de Portugal versus Manchester City, RB Salzburg versus Bayern München, and Milan versus Liverpool.
Right,
So,
which one?
Hang on. No, you've also got. Oh, hang on. I did another 2.
that's the 22nd.
Yeah, I did the week after.
That's we're gonna do that in our next podcast.
Hang on a minute.
Yes, yes, I am mad. Where are you sitting?
How did you get a ticket to go to Lille?
I'm sat in Matthew Harding Lower
Well, you go to Lille away?
at home.
Oh.
It's at the bridge.
You're not going to the away one?
Mate, I'm gonna try and get tickets for it, and then
Right.
drive down. Drive to Lille.
Drive to Lille, mate. Are you sure?
Yeah.
What a ferry.
You do know you got to try and drive on the opposite side of the road, mate.
Look, I drove all the way. I've driven.
You've driven on the opposite side of the road before.
No, I'm ending it after.
No, trust me. Driving on a different side of the road is a different kettle of fish, mate. Trust me. I speak from experience.
You've driven on the other side of the road.
Yep.
Anyway, let's just get on with this.
Yeah. Give me a second, guys. I'm just going.
Yeah, let's just go on it now.
I've got to write these down, otherwise I'm gonna forget.
Right.
Arby's versus Bayern, innit? Bayern. Liverpool.
Look, I saw your hand there, finger.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. Hello. Get your light on.
Niall.
No.
Too late.
Luca.
Too late.
Steven.
Right, PSG v Real Madrid.
4-1 Real Madrid.
Is that in the
First leg I'm going for, yeah.
I'm going for 2-1 PSG.
Hang on a minute. I'm doing this in order first. Not having you just call out because I'll get lost.
Hang on a
minute.
minute. Hang on a minute.
I need to make space on it, otherwise I'm not going to have enough space to write it all down.
Yes, Richard. What do we say?
I think you're
This
on
isn't
mute.
going to be.
Yeah, he's dealing with it. He's got his own stream coming out very shortly. Which I'm going to be watching the whole stream. Super Bowl.
Harry
Right, there we go. Right, let's go. So, I'm going to do it in order. I've got.
Can you hear now?
So,
Yeah,
Right.
that's that.
Okay, I haven't got a microphone with me, so it's a bit. I have to change the
oh
settings.
shit!
I'll say to Luca, how long did me and Reece stream for yesterday? You're talking about watch hours. I think we did about 6 hours over the day.
6
I think Reece
hours.
did streaming in between that.
Yeah, mate.
That's
Wow.
brilliant, mate.
Hours.
That's cool.
And I stream for 10 hours separately.
What on Twitch, on it?
Mm-hmm.
Dedication.
Mhm.
You didn't eat for 10 hours?
Yeah, I streamed.
Yes, it does, yeah.
You can do
Twitch.
both at the same time.
Yep.
Superb owl. So Sheffield Wednesday mascot.
Go on, back time. Go on, son.
We don't stream too much. We just enjoy it.
We
It's
did
not
like
streaming
we
too
did
much. Luca,
how long we
if
stay
you want to
up?
get
We
money
did
to us, that's the only
a
way you can do
45-minute preview, but it turned into a 3-hour discussion on potential
Keep telling me
videos.
this.
And
By the way, Luca, you lost subscribers today.
as
I've lost
I said
what?
to Matt, it wasn't
lost
6 hours
up,
straight. It was like 3 different
I've lost
things.
what?
You lost some subs today.
Probably because you didn't twerk for them.
Yeah, I did think about it. I was hovering over cancel and subscribe.
Yeah. The twerk wasn't good enough, mate.
No, it wasn't.
Wasn't good enough, Lucy.
No, it weren't. They weren't good enough.
I think it's other
What's the
reasons,
podcast
mate. I'll
about
talk
anyway that I've just joined?
Anyway, mate, I'll talk about it later.
Fuck knows. I'm waiting to watch yours, mate.
Anyway, we're doing predictions. Right, Champions League predictions. PSG,
Right.
Real Madrid, Nippon.
I did say to people, Wolves are dark horse.
I don't
I'm
want
gonna wait
any
today.
extras. I just want a prediction.
I'm going to call them out and you write them down.
No, I've got it. I've already got it in order. So just
This is Real Madrid.
good
I am-
because I've already got it in this order.
Let's just get on with it before I have an aneurysm or I
Yeah,
get very
Madrid.
pissed off.
Yeah, Nippon.
Yeah, I have to head off.
Just give me a score
See
prediction.
you
please.
later, guys.
In a bit, yeah. Take care.
Oh, you're not taking part of it.
PSG
No, I just wanted to say that to Luca.
I'm
Big
I'll
saying
say
1-1. I'm saying 1-1.
Mike
You're
wants
saying
to
1-1.
challenge me on the quiz.
which match are you predicting? I'll just give a prediction and I'll go.
PSG versus Real Madrid.
Don't really care, but PSG are getting knocked out by Real Madrid.
Yes, Rich.
So what are you going for?
2-1 Madrid.
2-1 Madrid.
I'm being generous though. I think Madrid would probably. I'll go
Spank them.
2-1. All right, guys.
Okay.
It's the first leg, by the way. We're only predicting the first leg.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
Right.
Next one.
Reese.
4-1 Real Madrid.
4-1 Real.
Fuck the wee pussies. I hope they get absolutely battered.
Wait, why do you hate PSG?
They're overrated. Scumbags.
No, I know PSG actually
Niall.
back Real Madrid. I hate Real Madrid.
Like a first
Hang
leg,
on,
I think.
It's at the Bernabeu, I think, first leg.
No, the first
Okay,
leg
fuck.
is at Parc de France.
Oh, is it?
Park
Well,
de France.
even so, it's still going to be a Real Madrid win.
No.
Right, for the first leg, I think it'll be 2-1 PSG. Then I might change it up for the second leg.
2-1 PSG. Luca.
2-1 PSG.
Are you copying me?
No, that's my prediction. 2-1.
That
You
was
do know
mine.
they got
Vaughn has got nothing to do with Germans. It's simple. The PSG are shite.
You do know got PSG have got Poch in there.
They don't have a
Right.
European mentality either.
Yeah. I'm gonna go 2-0 Madrid.
Mm-hmm.
They consistently flop in Europe.
Madrid are the kings of Europe.
hmm
Big up, George.
They have right. Sporting Man City.
2-2 draw.
Well, hang on, Nippon. Let's go.
I'm going to go Sporting 1, Man City 3.
Man City 3.
The time will be over in the first leg.
Tie open. Good. Right, Reese.
2-2 draw.
2-2 draw. No.
What game are we
Sporting Man City.
Start listening.
on? 3-0 to Man City.
Luca.
3-1 Man City.
I'm gonna go 2-0 Man City. Be a bit different. So just 3-0. I think Sporting might have a little bit about them, but there you go. I'll be Salzburg, Bayern Munich. Nippon.
Okay, it's gonna be an easy win for Bayern Munich.
Did you
Okay.
watch their game at the weekend? They got beat 4-1 at the weekend at home.
Yeah. 4-2
Yeah.
by
Okay.
Easy win.
Nippon, just
No.
let's go.
Let me remind you, Reese, that when Bayern played Lazio in the last 16, they came off a defeat.
This is totally
great.
different though.
That's great, Nippon. I just want to get a prediction.
I'm
It is
going.
late.
You know what? Since I remember the result, I'm going 1-1. I'm going for a draw.
1-0. Reese.
3-2 Bayern.
No.
Probably.
And then I remembered that, Douglas. I remembered that the moment Reese reminded me.
I'd probably say 2-0 Bayern Munich.
Yeah. Just create more space.
Salzburg
Did
have
you
got some
say that
very
again?
good
Say that
attacking
again,
players
Noel?
as well. Don't sleep on Salzburg. They've got very good
Say that
attacking
again.
players.
Say that again, Noel, please.
Sorry?
No. What was that again?
2-0 Bayern Munich.
So let's see. So let's go through the comments here. Matt is saying that Bayern Munich 5, Salzburg 3. Warren is going City 3, Sporting 0.
Okay.
He's going Bayern 2-0. Douglas is
Luke,
going
can
3-0.
I get
Bayern.
Lucas? Can I get the other predictions as well? And then we can go through the chat because I've got one more game after this. Luca.
4-0 Bayern Munich.
Wow, that's a bit much, isn't it?
4-0.
Jesus Christ. Not how you see these things going goals.
Salzburg.
Legit.
Right.
If you think they're shit, then there's something seriously wrong with you.
What?
4-0.
Did I just say that? I don't know much about Salzburg. I know they're not shit.
Like, generally, do not sleep on Salzburg. They've got a very good side.
They've been very good in this Champions League.
Adeyemi, Sheko, Okafor. You've got Sole at centre back. You've got Guindo and Bernardo as full backs. You've got Kamara in midfield. You've got Aronson at attacking midfield. Have some respect
Even
on them.
Chelsea and Man United can beat Salzburg.
Hey, I highly doubt that.
Excuse me? Did I just hear that? Man United could beat Salzburg?
Right now, we wouldn't.
No way. Not on your earth. They can't even beat Burnley. What makes you say that?
They're getting
Jim,
slapped.
look at their team. They've actually got a very good team, and it's a young, hard-working team as well.
I can't get the logic. Where's the logic?
United will step up against Salzburg.
No
and
way.
United will beat them.
No way.
I swear, some people really need to understand. Look at them in European football. They're actually a good team.
I'm going to say Bayern Munich win, but 2-1. 2-1 Bayern Munich.
They're top of their league, Vaughn. Consistently top of their league.
I want to see the tables, actually.
They're defending champions.
Right. I'm going.
They came second, 1 point off Lille.
So the last game, Inter Milan versus Liverpool. Steve, what do we say?
Yeah, Nippon, what are you saying?
I'm 2-1 Liverpool.
This is going to be a tight game, I'd actually say. Reese.
I'm going 3-3 draw.
I thought you would have predicted all I went for Inter.
No,
I
you-
would.
I would, but the way they defended against Giroud in the Milan derby, I
Yeah.
would see some goals conceded. So I'm going 3-3.
I know why he predicted a draw, because he supports AC and Man United.
I hate them both. I genuinely hate them both, but I think it'll be a draw. I still know who's
Yeah.
going to go through. I'm just predicting a
No.
high score draw.
No.
Who do you think's going through then?
Hang on a
It's
minute.
kind of
Can we
it's
just
kind of
get-
obvious.
Can we debate this afterwards and just get the predictions, please? No.
2-1 Inter Milan.
2-1 Inter.
Luca.
2-1 Liverpool.
Yes, I hate Liverpool more. I still hate them both though.
I'm gonna go 1-1 draw. I don't usually draw.
I do hate Liverpool more. I still hate both clubs though.
Right, that's them done.
That's why I haven't
Now
predicted
debate.
them to go through.
Wait, who just dropped out?
I think that was Luca.
What can I think?
Like, honestly. Where does he think that Man United are scoring all those goals in the league?
And he's not even a Man United fan.
I don't get it. You know,
I think he is.
I don't get it. How are they scoring? They're beating Brighton.
Well, to be fair, nobody thought we'd score so many goals against Brentford and all that, and we did.
Yeah, but how are they beating Brighton? I don't get it. How can you sit there and just go, oh, they're beating Brighton easy? They've barely managed to beat Burnley. They didn't. They couldn't beat Southampton. Brighton will just, and you know Brighton will press them. They won't give them any time on the ball. They won't give them space, which means they'll screw up. They'll fall apart. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
So what was your prediction for Liverpool Inter Milan?
Who, me?
Yeah,
It was 1-1.
1-0.
I can't choose between the sides, to be honest. I just don't see how Man United are going to be able to. I don't see how they beat Brighton, to be honest. I honestly
Put
see
the ball in the
Brighton.
back of the net. Hopefully defend.
Yeah, I know, but I see Brighton as favourites, to be honest, in that game. I'm not lying. I'm not lying. People might think I'm going mad, right? But it's just the way I see you're playing your football right now. You might play the first half brilliantly. They might give you time on the ball, and they might give you the first half. But they know in the second half they will press you, like Southampton knew how to do it, like Burnley knew how to do it. And even then, I don't even think they'll give you the half. I think they'll do it from day one. Graham Potter will be like, you hit them from minute one. They'll not know what the fuck to do with themselves. And it's dead right. And if they do that, you lot are fucked.
If you look at the way we've played against 5 of the back teams under Ralph Rangnick, we've actually been better though.
That's a good point. But I do feel that Graham Potter.
We'll have the extra man in midfield. We'll have the extra man in midfield that they won't because they're sacrificing for their defence.
Yeah, I do feel Graham Potter will probably have a game plan in mind for it. I'm sure of it. He's definitely looking at this as a chance of getting 3 points. I think if he came away with a draw, as though it might be a positive result for Brighton, they might look at that and think we could have got 3 points there. Honestly, every team could go to Old Trafford right now and think we could get 3 points here. Could honestly get 3 points. I'm not even lying. That's how poor they are right now. It's a shame, man. It's a shame how far club's fallen, man.
Imagine being this guy says, imagine being a Chelsea fan right now. You know what?
Yeah.
It feels great.
Yeah, I know it does. Drink it up, man. Do you know what, Nippon? Take the good times when it comes, because the bad times do come eventually.
I know, and yeah, I just want to enjoy my moment, man.
Enjoy it, man. Bands people, enjoy the moment, man. That's what we did.
Yeah.
I doubt I'll see it again.
Who do you
I'll
think
probably
is going to win the league first? Man United or Chelsea?
Chelsea, because he got the ambition to. Simple facts. And I don't think there's a Man United fan that can go against me on that one, because
No.
they have got the backing from top, that the top want to win, and that feeds down to the board, that feeds down to the manager, it feeds down to the players, and we keep banging on about that all the time. Their culture is about winning. It's not about buying, it's about winning, right? In the end, it's about winning, right? Buying, but we were speaking about it earlier, Reese, on our show, right? Eventually, people are going to sit there and go, as much as Chelsea buy this, buy that, and all the other, they're the most successful club in the last 20 years. Why is that? Because they keep their high standards, and if it means to ship players out and buy players in, they do so. Right? Same with Man City, like that's going to run out, because in the end, and don't forget Chelsea are a well-run efficient league club anyway, because they sell their young high and buy high anyway. But Man City, you're going to have to sit there at some point and go, this is more than just. Do you know what? Actually, to be honest, Man City is already more than just winning. It's already more than just buying the title. It's more than that. Anyone who keeps using that as a cop out or just using it for trolling, honestly, it's more than that, because they are setting the standards for the Premier League right now. They are setting the new standards for the Premier League, and they are creating their own sort of legacy that Man United, Liverpool, and Arsenal have done in the English game. And now Chelsea and Man City are doing the same. And what we should have a go at them because they're buying players. Well, I'm sorry, mate. In the modern day world, the only way we're going to win is if we buy players. And if you buy in the right areas. Right? As much as we love to bang on this, sometimes it's not all about buying. You might get the odd time that Liverpool might do it, but in the end, it's all about, buying wisely and having the right structure and ethos and philosophy in the club to be able to succeed, and ambition. And that all it comes down to in the end. Simple as that. It's as simple as that. Right. So a lot of people that say these like teams are buying it, I don't really care. Do you know what? If my team was buying it every season, I couldn't give a fuck. I literally couldn't give a fuck. I literally would see some more of my rivals who would say we are buying it and go, yeah, fuck you. We're champions of Europe. Go cry more. We're champions of the world. We're champions of England. Go cry more, mate. Right? Don't bother me. I've got the Premier League to keep me warm. Right? What you got? What you got to sleep with? Nothing. You not even got a teddy to sleep with. You know what I mean?
Vaughn, you can replace me, Vaughn. You can replace me. I'm about to leave anyway, so you can just replace me.
You don't have to replace anyone. I'm wrapping up in a bit anyway, but you can hop on.
You can replace me though, because I've got the Super Bowl to watch.
Oh, cut me off that Super Bowl. Really can't be asked for that anymore.
Would you like to shout out your socials before you go?
Yeah, there isn't very many, but aye, it's the only one that matters. Devils Rising on Twitter.
Vaughan, what's your Twitter? So I can send you the...
Just drop the link in the live chat. Just let them bounce from there.
Right. The link's there if you want.
Anyway, cheers for having us, mate. I'm Oski. I'll catch you later.
See you
Catch
later,
you
Ray.
later, mate.
Thanks a lot, mate. Thank you.
Hi, Vaughan.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can hear you.
Hello, my friends. Lovely to see you
Right,
all
mate.
again. Yes,
Not
Steve.
bad.
All right, mate.
How you doing?
I'm doing well, man. Like, you lot are bottling it. Right? Tottenham are bottling it. West Ham are bottling it. And we don't have to do a damn thing.
Yeah, it's nice that Arsenal, when they don't play a game of football, aren't bottling. Let's wait until kickoff and see what
Oh,
happens.
no. I know it's going to come back to bite me in the ass, but I don't really care. I'll
It
take
always
it.
does.
Oh, look,
I know.
Congratulations, Nipper.
thanks, man.
Are you like? Is it a
Yeah.
big trophy?
It is. I mean, you have to win the Champions League to qualify for it.
Yeah, so it is counted a big trophy if you got to win that.
I can tell you that like I used to live in Latin America, and it is genuinely one of the biggest competitions there. They see it as their like as like their opportunity to get back at Europe for nicking all their players. It's a huge thing. Like Palmeiras or whatever would have wanted to win that 100%.
Yeah, they wanted
so-
it too much, and they got them, and they got a little too rattled and got them and let themselves down. I mean,
to be honest, I didn't see any of it.
what was he thinking? That defender, their number 13, like handballing, doing a handball Diego Maradona style, and then trying to snap Kai Havertz in half. Honestly, what was he thinking? They just let themselves down, to be fair.
Sometimes it gets too much, the like emotion and the occasion and stuff. Like, because to be fair to Chelsea, like, and most teams in the Premier League, every match is massive. Like, you need 100% concentration, preparation. Any mistake normally gets punished. Brazilian football is like, it's a riot at times. It doesn't have the same standards. And so that guy...
They were
Sorry?
playing so dirty, though.
Well, bruv, like, Brazilians are not, like, I know the sort of media image is that they're all incredibly silky, fucking about on beaches, like, and all that kind of stuff. Brazil produces some of the best defenders and defensive midfielders ever because they're extremely dirty players. Like, you think of, like,
Do you think
just...
Casemiro's a dirty player?
Who?
Casemiro, do you think he's a dirty player?
Yeah. Like, but in the same way that Rodri at Man City, I think, is an extremely dirty player. In the fact that they commit fouls deliberately to stop attacks. Like, I don't think Casemiro is a dirty player in the sense that Paul Scholes was, who would, just deliberately go and kick someone for a laugh. Like, but yeah, I think that anyone who deliberately makes fouls to stop an attack is a dirty player.
But that was just a dick move from their 13.
Yeah, I like that tactical analysis.
If I was him, if I was Palmeiras' number 13,
Yeah.
I was like, I would just, I would just let him score. They're already down in injury time.
Bruv, would you do that if you're a Chelsea player, if you're Thiago Silva, and you're like, who did you get battered by last season? Was it West Brom with Sam Allardyce?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. The last minute of that game, if a West Brom player's got the opportunity to score a goal, the result doesn't mean anything. Like, the final score doesn't really mean anything. It's 4-1 or 5-1 or whatever. You still take him out because it's your club.
Why? Well, we've lost. It's not going to make a difference.
Yeah, but it's about pride. It's about the fans that have come.
It's about pride, mate. It's called playing with professional pride.
If we're 5-2 down,
yeah,
on the 90th minute of injury time,
mm-hmm.
I'm not going to snap him in. If it was 1-1, then I probably would. If it was 1-1 and they were going to take all 3 points, then I would be more than happy to snap him in half. But if they're 5-2 down in added time, I would say no. There's no point. They've won the game.
Yeah, but it's not right. So I think what we're talking about here is not the difference in between winning, losing, or drawing the game. It's about someone's come to your house, right, and they're taking the piss. You have to show to the fans, to the manager, to the rest of your team that we're not going to let this stand. Look at this little dickhead running in trying to score another goal. Not on my watch. I'm getting blood on my boots.
Man United don't do that. Man United don't.
Well, we do. We did it against fucking
but
Liverpool.
anyone that you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Yeah, it's just about anger,
Professional
Nippon,
pride,
isn't
mate.
it?
It's professional
You can't
pride.
let people come and do this to you. Like I used to play football at a university, and our university campus was like 30 minutes from the main university campus. So the other teams used to have to get on a bus to come and play us, and I would not accept them coming to my house and winning by a big scoreline and going home like having fun on the bus. I wanted them in pain.
Look, but the damage is done. You've lost.
Yeah, but not to them.
No, it's called Nippon. It's called playing with professional pride, right? Which means you play from no. You play from minute 1 to 90. I want to see my players playing from minute 1 to minute 90. Even if you are 5-0 down, you still fight with hunger, desire, passion, dedication, right? That's the minimum you expect from your team, especially if we're paying 70, 80 or bloody pound a ticket to watch them, right? I'm sorry.
You got to put the work in for 90 minutes.
I'm sorry, you have to. They earn 200 grand a week to kick a foot. Just put it in simple terms. They get paid 200 grand a week to kick a football. That's all they do. It's pretty much all they do. Where people do more as surgeons, right? So to put it in simple terms. So the least we can expect them to do is to fight for every ball, every second ball, every single challenge, no matter if they're 1-0 up, 1-0 down, or 6-0 down, or 6-0 up. No matter what.
Steve.
That's how the game should be played. And that's how they play it.
Look,
that's how it should be played.
Obviously they would do it, but what's the point? The game's gone. You've lost the game. You're just letting yourself
but Nippon, it's called personal pride, right? If I'm gonna go out and do some work, but I know that work's gonna make the difference, that doesn't mean I'm just gonna trash it aside and leave it. I'm still gonna put 100% in my work because it's representing my pride.
Sorry, Steve, can I just cut in quickly?
Me as a person and how I operate, right, and how I work, right, and it shows that I have some professional pride.
That's
about my work.
not true, by the way, Nippon.
No.
That's what I was just going to say. It's just Twitter bollocks.
That's bollocks.
Absolute bullshit.
Yeah, but right, Nippon, right? Are you? Is this you just sort of like because you're a Chelsea fan and you love the club and stuff? You're just annoyed, like one of your players getting on the end of a naughty challenge, or because I can't believe that if Thiago Silva at 4-1 down let a player in to score a goal, that you'd be sitting here saying, do you know what? It would be
Yeah.
pointless for him to bother.
What?
Look, if the damage is already done.
No, you don't. No, you see how...
Let him speak, Steve.
Look, if
Go on.
they're 4-1 down,
Yeah.
with only 1 minute to go, with no hope of winning a game,
Mhm.
there's literally no point. I would say I take if I'm Thiago Silva, I'm in 2 minds. I take him out, I get sent off, and potentially get banned for 3 games, or I just let him score because the damage is already done anyway, and then I can. For it.
The difference is you're talking about a league versus a cup. Because the suspension in a cup final, like the suspension versus in the league as opposed to in a cup final.
Oh yeah. In a cup final, if we're losing 4-1, the damage is already done. We're not winning the trophy.
Yeah. But I'm really surprised by this take because I want my players to be almost a representation of myself on the pitch.
Yeah.
I think that's what most fans want. They want to see the same values upheld,
Vaughan.
the same work rate. Yes, Steve.
It's like I just mentioned. It's no matter what happens in a game, no matter how much someone's ahead or behind, no matter if the game's dead or it's lively, you put 100% effort in your work.
Yeah.
No matter what in life. That's what you should do in life. You should put 100% in, no matter what the situation is, and that's what the minimum we deserve as fans. We pay a lot of money which pays a lot of money of their contracts to go and watch them kick a football. We at least should deserve to watch them play from minute 1 to minute 90, putting 100% effort in. If it means it takes someone out, you take someone out. If it means you get booked for it, you get booked for it. But in the end, that's part of the game.
There is
sending off.
Yeah, there is a line between like getting sent off as sort of kid on football, like, and putting the effort in. I think the thing is, Nippon, is that I would never be able to stomach one of my players giving up, and I think that it's the giving up part where we've got a difference with, because you're talking, and I think quite rightly, that you don't want your player getting red carded for no reason with a results of conclusion, but we also don't want to see our players give up, because we don't give up on them. Why should they give up on us?
The bastards are winning.
What? Derby are winning? Who are Derby playing?
Rams.
Yeah.
It's a football. Talk about football.
I'm a fucking idiot. Right. I assume that the Rams were Derby. Okay.
They're all winning?
Some Super Bowl team called the Rams are winning. I was hoping it was Jim Smith back with Derby.
Fuck, the fucking Rams are winning.
I can't not
fucking clunkies.
Yeah, that answered my question then.
Fucking clunkies.
See, what's going on with this ASMR on your end?
What?
Who's knocking their mic?
It must be me and mine, not
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
It's a new aesthetic to the stream.
Sorry,
All right, Nippon. Riddle me this. Who, for the Champions League, what do you think is the best Chelsea can get? Like realistically, because the best they can get is to win. But
no, I think the best we can get is a semi-final.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that do you think that Lukaku can redeem himself in the Champions League?
I think he can. Look,
I do as well.
I would love to win it again, but I just don't see it.
Did you see it last year?
No. Honestly.
Yeah.
I was like, we're in the final, but we're not winning it.
Are you? I'd imagine you're normally quite a positive person about football. Like, do you think? Like, do you
Yeah.
just think you're going to lose every match, or?
Oh, no. I predicted that we'd win against Palmeiras in the Club World Cup.
Yeah.
But I did predict the game to go into extra time.
Nice. So do you
And
think,
I
right, that
predicted
Chelsea...
I
I'm
predicted
sorry?
2-1 Chelsea after extra time.
Nice. Get those bets on. But, like, right, so this, I suppose this is my question, right, is you have very little...
You know, this is a hat-trick of 2-1s after extra time I've had this year. I predicted 3 football matches to end 2-1 after extra time, and I got all 3 of them correct.
But how many other results have you got wrong in that hat-trick?
Yeah, that's the problem.
I predicted... Let me tell you. I predicted...
That's what gamblers don't realise.
Give me your worst prediction, Nippon. Not the correct ones. Give me the one you've got properly wrong. Like, I said United would beat Burnley 4-0. Like, give me a really bad prediction you've given this year.
Right. Oh my god.
Right, while Nippon thinks, Niall, give me your worst prediction of the year.
I actually predicted Norwich City's first win. Believe it
What,
or
again?
not. I predicted when they played Southampton. I predicted Norwich to win that game, and everyone laughed at me.
Yeah. Got Niall, your worst prediction of the year so far, of the season.
Again, like what game I predicted go off, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah, like the one you got completely wrong.
Oh yeah, put me on the spot now. I can't actually remember, to be honest with you.
Fair enough.
Too many, mate.
Why do you never show your face, Vaughan? Just asking.
Because, like, I am legally allowed to do it at my job, but they are extremely sensitive about our exposure on social media. So I'm not allowed to use my real name, or well, I am allowed to, but I'm not really allowed to use my real name or show my face. It's discouraged highly.
Are you at work right now?
Sorry?
Are you at work right now?
No.
Okay.
But I'm representing my work at all times. Right, so Nippon, this is what I wanted to ask you about Chelsea last year in the Champions League. You didn't have a lot of hope for them to win, correct? Like at any stage. So this year, did you think this year that you had no chance of the league title?
I said we'd be in it, but I did eventually say we'd fall off.
Yeah. And so what do Chelsea need in order to be like a realistic challenger? You know, like 3 points off last day of the season sort of stuff.
Another defender.
Instead of Christensen.
Look, another defender. And look, Christensen can be he can be a bit hit and miss at times. So another defender and a midfielder to eventually take over from Kante and Jorginho. So I'll get a defender and 2 midfielders.
Cool. You must be worried about losing Rudiger then.
Look, our club won't let him go unless we have a decent replacement in mind.
Well, they don't have the choice because surely he can just sign a pre-contract. Is he not like free in the summer?
He is, yeah.
So the club don't have a choice about that, Nippon.
Yeah. Christensen. Nah. Look. Out of Rudiger and Christensen, purely because of the academy, I hope Christensen stays.
Really? If I were Chelsea, I would also want to keep Christensen over Rudiger, because I'm not sure how good Rudiger is outside of three at the back. And when your manager changes, and it will probably be within the next year, it will be better to have.
I don't think Roman will press the button that fast this time. Honestly.
Why?
I just have this feeling that he won't.
Okay. Like, I mean, but they did get rid of Frank Lampard, and that is a huge thing, Nippon. He's a proper Chelsea man, and I don't know if they'd have been able to have done that without.
They care of the club cares about winning. They don't care about he's proper Chelsea, he's proper this, he's proper that. No, they don't care about that.
They've got to care a bit about it. Like, Roman's known Lampard for 20 years.
Yeah, that's why he said it. That's why he sacked him in the nicest way possible.
Yeah, with no crowds.
With no, yeah, and like a bit of a note. Look. If it was any other manager, it would have been like a goodbye, see you later.
Yeah. I suppose we had the same thing with Ollie. Like, I've never seen a manager have like an exit interview before. Like, that was personally, I thought that was a bit embarrassing from United. Like, did you see that?
But I get it. He's a club legend.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for him and Sheringham, you guys wouldn't have won the treble.
Of course not. Like, you know, they scored the goals. I miss Ollie. I wish we still had him.
You're the only one who sees Harry Kane moving to United in the summer.
I think to get Harry Kane, we're spending a lot of money, which we do have, and apparently it's Pochettino's main demand. I think that means that we might not get Poch because it's too much money. I would actually love Harry Kane at Man United. I think he's exactly what we need at the moment, because of how deep he plays and how he'd be able to link wide forwards into the attack, give us a bit more cover in the centre.
Cavani can play deep.
Who?
Can't Cavani play deep?
Yeah, but he's gone in the summer. And Cavani, Nippon, like, I know that like online everyone loves Cavani. Cavani's a bit of a dickhead. He refuses to play for the club a lot. He's not available. He's not committed.
He seems like a model professional.
Yeah, when he gets on the pitch, and it's like, all right, you remember Carlos Tevez, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Carlos Tevez put 100% into every match. Yeah, everyone knows that. Carlos Tevez did fuck all in training all week. He was not a professional player. Cavani just sometimes decides that he doesn't want to play a match, and that's not good enough for like a Manchester United player for me. Like, and he's yeah, it's also more worryingly a lack of like trust. Well, I'm not calling Cavani lazy because Cavani.
No, I'm not saying like lazy. I mean like lack of commitment.
Yeah, but it's so like, well, Cavani, regardless, Nippon, is leaving in the summer, and one of Martial or Ronaldo, you would think, is leaving in the summer as well. Probably Martial.
I think it'll be Ronaldo.
I don't, because I don't see where he goes.
Sporting?
Well, they're not going to pay him the wages that he's on here.
Do you not think he'll take a cut since it's his hometown club?
Not at all. I think one of the reasons that Ronaldo, and I believe Ronaldo engineered his move back to Manchester United. I personally think he had no intention of going to City, but he wanted to get back into England. And I think a large part of that that's overlooked is that he wants his kids in English schools. So
he could have gone to the States. They speak English there, don't they?
They do, but he has slight legal issues in the United States, and the school system is not as good as the UK. So I think
that's why his son is in the United Academy now.
He is, and that's very rare because all of them used to be in the Man City Academy. Like Rooney's kids and Ronaldo's kid, like Rooney's kids used to be in the Man City Academy, but they've all moved. Yeah, but I think, so personally, that's why I think that Ronaldo is looking for a place to base his family for their education, and that's why I think he might give it another year. Plus, no one is going to pay him the money that we pay him. So I think Ronaldo might, I'd put the chances at higher than 50-50 of Ronaldo staying, regardless of what European competition we're in.
Really?
I do, yeah. And I've given you my reasons. Like,
I don't think Varane will leave.
No, I don't think Varane will either. You can't go to a club and like leave after a year.
Because
Like,
you know what I think?
okay.
I think I read in an interview that he's a boyhood United fan.
He is.
So yeah, that's purely the reason I don't see him leaving.
Yeah. I also think that it's like, I think that there's a little bit of professional pride as well, where, like, I think if you look at Messi, for example, Messi has made a bit of a mistake in going to PSG. It's not working out for him. He's not enjoying himself. He's not playing great football, right?
I feel he would have done better if he had moved to the Etihad instead of Paris.
I don't know because, like, I hope Reese isn't watching, but there are leagues like the German league. Yeah, carry on. Sorry.
The whole reunion with Pep. I know it's rainy in Manchester.
It is extremely rainy, yeah.
But the whole reunion with Pep would just motivate him, no?
Yeah, I mean,
apart from Neymar, what does he really have at PSG? And even Neymar apparently wants out.
Di Maria, I think he's probably quite good friends with him. Like, Paris is a nice city. It is very rainy, though. I think he just got advised badly. He should have, in my opinion, he should have just stayed at Barca and played for free. I think that would have been the best all round for everyone.
I swear that's illegal, though.
What, but offering your services for free?
Yeah.
No.
That doesn't sound illegal to me. Like, you're not paying me to come on this podcast. Like, I don't think it's illegal. Like, he could have, or he could have played for £1 or €1 or whatever. But he didn't. I mean, look at like Alessandro Del Piero, Buffon, all these players that stayed with Juventus and like the sort of the legend that they have. I think Messi should have played for free for a year.
The thing is with Italians that they're very loyal.
Yeah. But I mean, I just like does anyone on this panel think, like Steve Niall, come in? Do you think Messi moving to PSG was ever a good idea? And like, do you think it was the right move for him?
No.
Not for me, because I think he flopped at PSG.
He has, Niall. But when that was like being like when it was being muted that Messi was able to go, why do you think he went PSG?
Probably because of the money and his wages and probably went for money and to play like with possibly Mbappe and Neymar and Di Maria and players like that, and he probably went for money because it's all about money in football, isn't it?
So you're saying money is the primary motivator of why he went to PSG?
That could be the reason, yeah, but I don't really know.
Like the person who was motivated by money. For me, people always painted Ronaldo as the flashy playboy and Messi as the humble family man.
Absolute bollocks. You're completely right, Nippon. I got a story about Messi that you might know. Have you heard about the story about the Coca-Cola can and Pep?
No.
Right. Messi is a diva, right? He bankrupt Barcelona. He used to try and run the board, but when he was at Barcelona, he used to drink a lot of Coke. And Pep came in one day and said, lads, no more Coca-Cola in the canteen. We're moving to water. You're professional footballers. What is wrong with you? Right, anyway, come in and do some video analysis. Started doing video analysis. Messi got up, walked out, came back in with a can of Coke, opened it, looked at Pep, drank some of it, and went and sat down. And that story right, was told on American TV by one of Pep's coaches. That's not like a made-up story. That actually happened. Can you imagine Ronaldo, the man who got angry with Coca-Cola at the World Cup and replaced it with water, doing anything like that? No. Ronaldo and Messi, I think, are completely conflicted by the public in that Ronaldo doesn't have tattoos because he gives blood once a month, and you're not allowed to give tattoos. So you're not allowed to give blood after getting a tattoo for 3 months. He's donated huge amounts to Nepal. And Messi is just, in my opinion, a money-grabbing little goblin.
But
I
then
don't
why
like him.
do you push that narrative that he's the humble family man and Ronaldo's the flashy playboy?
Yeah, well, Ronaldo is flashy, but I would be as well if I was that good at football. Like, which one in their prime, Nippon, are you taking at Chelsea?
Both? I'm sorry, that's something I can't choose.
You're not allowed both. Pick one. You've got to pick Messi or Ronaldo.
God.
The Jose 2002 team.
Why do you put me through this, man? Right.
Because why do you put me through this?
Okay.
Yes.
Keypad, Messi. Back end, Ronaldo.
No, Nippon, I'm not asking you to make choices based off where your calculator falls. Use the calculator in between your ears and work out which one you'd like more at the club.
Look, the thing is, they were both so good in their primes that
Okay.
it's just difficult to
It's
pick.
impossible for you to choose.
Practically, yeah.
Okay, which player, which Premier League legend would you most have liked to have been at Chelsea?
Which Premier League legend?
So like Henry, Keane, Bergkamp, Beckham, Giggs.
Bergkamp.
Bergkamp. Nice.
But before we continue, Niall, I just read the chat and you said you have to go. Would you like to shout out your socials before you leave?
Yeah, sure, mate. You can find me on the Twitter handle, which is at NiallKane91. Find me on Instagram, Niall_Kane. Find me on Facebook at Niall Kane. You can find me on Twitch, NiallKane91.
Excellent. I'll see you next week, yeah?
Yeah, see you later, mate. Thank you. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye now.
Great talking to you. See you later.
So yeah, what were you saying?
I was like, why do you like Bergkamp so much?
In my opinion, look, he goes on. Look, whenever you hear Arsenal, you always hear Henry, and look, people. Look, he was so underrated because look, his
He
link
wasn't
up.
underrated.
He was underrated at
No, he
Arsenal.
wasn't. He was
Sorry,
never underrated.
sorry.
He was never underrated at
I have to
Arsenal.
say, I think that Bergkamp's technical ability and how good of a player he is often overlooked by non-Arsenal fans. He was like more than a world-class player. He was a generational player.
I'm sorry, Steve. Oh, God. I offended him.
I don't think you did. I think he's probably just disconnected.
Did I
See?
offend you?
No. It's just disconnected. He was never underrated. Never.
I think outside of Arsenal he was, Steve.
Well,
Yeah.
no, because he had multiple offers from multiple clubs.
No, by the fans. I think that football fans, when they talk about Arsenal's greatest players, you'll get Overmars, Vieira,
That's because
Henry.
the outside fans don't look at it from the inside.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, I take Bergkamp over Henry, though. In my opinion, he was Arsenal's greatest ever player.
For me, I grew up watching Henry, but I did not say they're both on a similar level for me. I feel for me, like growing up, that I always preferred Henry because he could be one of those games that we could be in the shittest. I remember we played Liverpool once, and we'd been knocked out of the FA Cup by Man United. We'd been knocked out by the Champions League by Chelsea in the same week. And we looked like we were 2-1 down and looking like we could lose the title race and our unbeaten run at that point. So, and then he just decided to get the ball and just go through the entire mid-Liverpool squad by himself.
Who's this? Bergkamp?
No, Henry. And it's just those sort of moments that sort of...
He was a wonderful footballer. He
for
was a
me,
work
that
of
was
art.
for me. It was one of those moments that just tipped the balance for me.
So who would you take, Steve? Out of other clubs' legends, if you could have got one at Arsenal, who would it have been?
Do not say Didier Drogba.
He would have been good at Arsenal. Imagine playing Drogba and Henry.
Except that one turned up in finals, one didn't.
Yeah, that's very
so
true.
If I take one from rivals, from where?
Anywhere. It doesn't have to be rivals. It could be, I don't know. Like I would have been quite interested to see what Matt Letizia or Paul Gascoigne would have been like at United.
You know, another shout for me, apart from Dennis Bergkamp, would be Alan Shearer at Chelsea.
Yeah.
What I would have liked to see is probably.
He would have had a good strike partnership with Zola.
But I mean, he's the best.
Like, we could have played Zola in the 10 and Shearer up top.
I'm surprised you haven't said Gerrard. I'd have loved to have
Never
seen
seen
what
Gerrard.
Gerrard would have been like at Chelsea.
I would have loved to see what Scholes would have been like next to Vieira.
He nearly did make the move.
Yeah,
Hang on.
exactly. That's why. Like one of them
Alright.
sliding doors.
You know.
Scouse just
Hang on.
threatened to kill him if he left, basically.
Nippon. Like, a lot of people underrate Scholes as a player. I'd love to see Scholes next to Patrick Vieira.
Well, you saw a better version of him with Roy Keane.
What?
You saw a better version. Roy Keane's better than Patrick Vieira.
Fuck off.
By a considerable
resent
distance.
I resent that.
It doesn't matter, mate. It's true.
Don't
Roy,
care.
Roy Keane is a better player than Patrick
You're never gonna
Vieira.
get me. You're never gonna make me admit that on camera. Never.
Okay, but that would imply that you'd admit it off camera. So you agree with it?
No, I don't agree with it. It's never gonna happen.
It is, but right,
I never
mate.
agree with it.
Yeah, that's fine. But Scholes and Keane would be better than Scholes and Vieira.
I would just love to see Scholes with Vieira at Arsenal. That would have been mean. Right.
Yeah. Do you know who I always liked? David Ginola. I'd love to have seen him at a top club. I really like David Ginola, but I think that Shearer's a good shout. I'd have also liked to have seen Aguero at United. I suppose it would have been about the same time as we had Van Persie. John Terry is another one I'd have liked at United.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, as much as he's a dickhead, like what a captain and what a leader for your team.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he really personified everything.
Do you know what? There's one player that was wasted in the end. He had the potential to be the next best winger for England.
Joe
if
Cole?
If he listened to his dad.
Jermaine Pennant?
No. You're not going to guess him, are you?
Right, a winger for England that had high potential.
Have high potential. His dad played for Arsenal.
Oh, God. Sean Wright-Phillips?
No way.
Yeah. I'd love to see him if he signed for Arsenal. We would have turned him into a baller.
I don't know about that. I think that like Chelsea had the much better chance of turning him into a top player.
Because they benched him. They never played him. And his talent got wasted. If he turned to Arsenal, we would have played him every week and given the game time he needed.
Yeah, but look at all the talents that Arsenal had that never made it through.
I'm telling you,
Adair.
yeah, I know, but I'm telling you, Sean Wright-Phillips.
Jack Wilshere.
Sean Wright-Phillips would have made. Jack Wilshere spent half his time on the hospital bed.
Jack Wilshere was just English hype, though.
No, he was a good player. He was a good player.
He wasn't. He was quality. He was just always injured.
He had a bad mentality, a bad attitude, and a bad fitness record.
He was always injured.
So basically, Dele Alli.
Pretty much, yeah. That's a decent comparison. But Dele Alli's still got time to turn it around. Like,
do you think he will?
I don't know, because I think my biggest exposure to Dele Alli is that bloody. Did you ever watch the Jose documentary on Amazon? Because, like, I mean, I thought I was your biggest fan, Nippon, but look at the size of that. You ever see Jose on?
I see what you said there.
Thank you. Yeah, it's very nice, that fan. Did you watch All or Nothing with Spurs?
Nah.
Right, there's a scene where Jose is talking to Dele Alli, and Jose is going, like, look, I'm 50 or whatever, but yesterday I was 24. Like, time goes so fast, don't throw your talent away. Right, and he's saying that to Dele Alli, and he also says that when he was at United, Fergie told him, go sign Dele Alli. Dele Alli has done nothing for a very long time.
Wait,
gotta...
Fergie rated Dele Alli?
Yeah, Fergie wanted Dele Alli at United.
He dodged a bullet.
Maybe, but the thing is that you never know how some players.
I think Fergie when he's still the mentality in him.
Yeah, like one of the things that Fergie used to do to connect to modern players was talk about what their grandparents went through. Like, because you can't, like, these guys have had everything since they've been 14. But so he used to try and get them to believe in a collective mentality, talking about their grandfathers being miners or working on a ship or whatever. And maybe that could have got through to Dele Alli, but I just... do you think a club like Everton is the place for him? They seem quite a toxic club. They've got a chip on their shoulder. They're not very well run. I think Dele Alli probably needs a move to Italy or Spain to really find himself.
But which midfield would he realistically start for? He doesn't get ahead of any of the Juventus midfielders. He doesn't start ahead of Barella.
It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be.
No. He's not. Juventus is a top European club. Like, I don't think Dele Alli's at that level. I think he's got to go to like Roma, for example, even though Jose's there. I think he's got to go to a top 6 Italian club.
Who does he doesn't displace Nicola Zaniolo at Roma.
Maybe he doesn't. I don't know a huge amount about the Italian league, but I think that where he can learn more sort of tactics and understand positioning and ball use is what would aid him. I mean, like, if you're an English player, the German league is a good place to go as well to kind of like boost your career.
Again, which German top team?
Hudson-Odoi.
Which German top team? To be honest, Nippon, I think if Norwich went to the German league, they'd be a top team in the German league. I think they'd be in the top 4.
No way.
I do. I think every team, with the exception of Burnley in Germany, would be in the top 6, and that is backed off on. Do you remember what your boy Werner said on his debut against? Was it Burnley? His debut? Not Burnley. Brighton. Yeah, and he said, like, there's 3 monster defenders. I'm absolutely knackered. I can't deal with this. Ralf Rangnick, Tuchel, Hasenhüttl have all been shocked at the standard in the Premier League. I think you can get a mid-table team from the Premier League, stick them in Germany, and they'll be in they'll be in Champions League qualification contenders. So I think that, like, with the exception of the 2 top teams, I think Dele Alli could probably get a place in every team in Germany.
Yeah.
So he starts for Leipzig then.
I don't see why not.
Does he displace Christopher Nkunku?
I don't know who Christopher Nkunku is. I'm just going off the basis that the bottom teams in the Premier League are far stronger than mid-table teams in the German league, based off what my interim manager said and others before him. So I don't know about individual players, but I think that any accomplished Premier League player should be able to play for a top 4, top 6 club in Germany. But not Bayern, obviously. They're on a whole. They're a different level.
Hence why when players have come over here from Bundesliga, they've struggled.
Do you know the one who hasn't struggled? There's only one player in the last 5 years that's come from the Bundesliga that is producing the same amount of attacking output in their stats. Kai Havertz. He's the only player there's been no drop-off from moving from the Bundesliga to the Premiership.
And
They had that
So I think if he gets roughed up a little, he'll learn how to deal with it as well.
Yeah, so he's like growing in the league.
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you think Sancho is going to like? I don't know how much United you watch, but what do you think to Sancho the last month or two?
It's not done bad.
He's not done bad. I'm not going to lie.
Would you like him at Chelsea?
I would, but I don't think he's going to move to a rival.
No, I'm not like suggesting Nippon that we go and buy him. Like me and you go and do the deal. But who would he get in front of at Chelsea?
Oh,
or does he start?
I think he would start. I think he displaces Hudson-Odoi.
Really? I quite like Hudson-Odoi.
If we had him,
Hudson-Odoi should have gone to Germany.
if we had him at Chelsea, our attacking front three would be Sancho, Lukaku, and Ziyech.
I would quite like to see what Werner and Sancho and Lukaku do together. I think that I don't know. I don't actually know what you think of Werner, Nippon. I think there's a player there. I just don't think Chelsea's the right team for him.
You know which team which would have suited him?
United.
But turned them down in favour of a move to us. Liverpool.
Yeah, like as backup for Mane.
Yeah, pretty much. On like as a false nine.
Well, you've got to think that he's better than Jota.
Look, I still stand by this, and I'm actually willing to die on this hill.
Don't stop dying on hills, Nippon. You die on a hill every week. You've got to stop it.
It's just an expression.
I know.
I think Timo Werner will be to Chelsea what Roberto Firmino is to Liverpool. Doesn't score many goals, but will get a lot of them.
Yeah, I think. I personally think that when I see Chelsea, I think they struggle without Werner because of how he exploits spaces the same way that Firmino does.
Yeah, that's right. He won't score many goals for Chelsea.
Yeah, but he's important to the play. Yeah, I think most sensible football fans would see that. Like, I just Lukaku's shit in it. He's so bollocks. Was he like getting doped like off his tits in Italy or something? Because he's meant to be this physical monster, and I just see him getting battered, falling over, like in the Premier League. He's just not. He's not good enough for a top 4 club. Like Everton's his level.
But
for me.
That's like saying if Ciro Immobile moved to the Premier League, his level would be Aston Villa.
I think that would probably be correct. Danny Ings is probably a more consistent Premier League striker than Ciro Immobile. Yes.
Do you think Danny Ings puts up Immobile's numbers in Italy? Like, say if Danny Ings decided he moved to Inter Milan.
Danny Ings is quality.
I would, yeah. Danny Ings is a top 4 backup striker in the Premier League.
So would he make Chelsea's bench?
Yes. He'd make every bench in the top 4, Danny Ings. That's why they wanted him. Like Man City wanted Danny Ings to be a bench player. United were after him to be a bench player, and he went to Liverpool to be a bench player. Like Danny Ings wants to play football and start every week, and he's the best striker out of the top 4 for me. Well, maybe Tony, Brentford is, just because he adds you a different element.
The only other Premier League club I see Ivan Toney going to is Liverpool.
I see him at Spurs. I think he'd be a good replacement or backup for Harry Kane.
I said no. He's a Liverpool fan, so I can see him playing for them one day.
What as a false 9?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the best use of Tony's skills. Like he does. You're right. He does like coming deep, and he's good physically. He's very good at pressing. He's technically competent. I just don't know. I think whilst he could play for Liverpool, there are players. The profile of player they're looking for is more something like Jota or Werner, a very nippy forward, small, good at using and exploiting spaces, whereas
Do you-
Tony occupies spaces.
Do you think a lot of people turn their noses up at players like Danny Ings and Ivan Toney because they don't have the fancy names like Immobile, Moreno?
I don't change my names up at them. The reason I turn my nose up at them is because Ivan Toney has spent only one season in the Premier League, right? He has not scored over 20 goals yet, consistently in the Premier League yet. Neither was Calvert-Lewin. We got rid of Giroud because he didn't score over 20 league goals, right, to win us the title in 2016. So why would I want to buy a striker who has proven he cannot score over 20 goals in the league? Right? Whereas if you look at a Vlahovic, if you look at an Andre Silva, right, or Martinez even, they've managed to score over 20 goals in their leagues, which is why, though, yes, they are in a different league, I would rather take my risk on them.
I think what it is, Nippon, is that, like, if you look at, like, so Stephen's talking about Vlahovic, for example, or Silva.
But I'm talking it as like a sense.
Yeah. But what you're talking about players you don't see week in, week out, right? They're exotic and stuff like that. And Danny Ings,
because I want them particularly.
Okay, but Danny Ings is someone that you've seen at Southampton, you've seen him missing at Liverpool and stuff like that. It's just not as exciting as a new person. So I think that, like, whereas I would have been absolutely over the moon at United to have got Danny Ings in as a squad player, in exactly the same way that I think United, instead of getting like one of these camera people or Tuchemeni, all these players I don't know, I'd really like Harry Winks at Manchester United.
Whoa.
I rate Harry Winks highly, Nippon.
Did you see his disaster class today?
No, I haven't actually watched football today. I've been working today, but I honestly trust me on this, Nippon. Harry Winks is an excellent player. Like, honestly, like, he'll get a move. Like,
Tottenham fans don't rate him.
Look, Man United fans don't rate Scott McTominay. Doesn't mean he's a bad player. It means they don't understand what he's doing. Like, you talk, Nippon, I am the only person, like, in our little kind of social media circle of, like, you know, you, Rich Sports, Man United agenda, all that stuff. 6 months ago, I was talking about how good Scott McTominay was, and everyone called me an idiot. But that's because they don't understand what he's doing at Manchester United. Now he's got a slightly different job. Everyone thinks that he's really good. Well, not really good, but everyone says he's gone up a level. He's putting in the same performances, just it's more noticeable. Harry Winks will get a move to a top club in the next 2 or 3 years. And everyone will go, I can't believe it. It's exactly the same as Carrick at Spurs.
After that shit show, I don't think Pep would want him.
Well, Pep's wanted him for 2 years.
Pep's also wanted Fred.
Hang on.
Yep, and Fred would have been good at Manchester City, so would have Maguire.
We all say this, but here's the difference.
Maguire?
Yes.
The guy who does this.
Yeah.
Yes. Napun, hang on. But you got to think of this, right? These managers can get the best out of these players because they're elite managers, right? We all sat there when Klopp bought Robertson from Hull for £2-3 million, thinking, what the fuck is he smoking, right? But he turned them into a baller. That's the thing. If you're a great manager, you can turn players into ballers, into proper quality players, even if they've been shit at their previous club. Just because they've been shit at their previous club under a previous manager doesn't mean that the new manager they bring in is never going to be able to be turning them into a baller unless it's Granit Xhaka.
Yeah, Nippon. This is why Chelsea are never going to win a league with this attitude. You need to buy players for a system, and I promise you, Maguire would have been excellent at Manchester City because he would be played in a different formation, a different style, and asked to do different things.
Mate, Maguire's doing bits for you, mate.
Personally, do you know who I reckon? Do you know who I reckon is the biggest problem at Manchester United at the moment?
Harry Maguire.
Everyone?
Nope.
The Glazers?
Nope. It's Bruno Fernandes.
You're telling me the Glazers aren't the biggest problem?
No, they're not on the pitch. They put money in. Like, the Glazers are a problem, but they're not. You can't blame the Glazers for, like, missing open goals and stuff.
What I keep saying to everyone, if you have no ambition at the top, it then all filters down to the players.
We signed Varane, Sancho, and Ronaldo.
Yeah.
That's ambition.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if they have no ambition,
But they have ambition.
But they've not shown ambition for the last.
They've shown ambition by signing 3 world-class players.
But they've got a board structure that doesn't know what it's doing.
Well, I don't know. They've got Ragnick. I'm not a huge fan of Ragnick, but he is a club builder. He has extensive European contacts.
That's the thing. When they first started out, they were expecting Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, right, who needed literally everyone perfect in their position to be able to go and challenge Pep for the league, right? With the likes of buying Ronaldo, Varane, and everything.
But he'd finished second,
but he had
and he'd beaten Pep.
I know, but he had no structure above him.
Well, he did have a structure above him. He had Ed Woodward. I'm not defending the Glazers. I'm just saying that
Man
they're
United at the
overblown.
moment are very broken. They don't have a proper structure in what's above the manager, let alone what's with the playing squad and everything, right? So at the minute, what Rangnick is trying to, that's why they've brought Rangnick in, and that's why he's going to go upstairs, is because he's going to try and build the structure and the philosophy that Man United need. That's the whole point of him coming in the first place.
Maybe, I mean, the way I see it is that the Glazers are
Otherwise,
an issue.
there's no point.
Well, the way I see it is the Glazers aren't as big an issue as everyone makes out, right? They put money into the club. We've spent the most money out of everyone in the Premier League. Most managers have been given the resources that they needed, right? The Glazers have got Ed Woodward in, who, whilst the football side of the club has been run appallingly, the commercial side has.
We spent the most this season, and we spent the most since we've taken over, since our owners took full 100% ownership.
Yeah.
Which was
So what does that tell you?
It shows that they might want to pump. Hang on, but by the way, when you say that they buy players, this may not be just the Glazers actually giving out their check and saying, "Here you go, here's my money." Like, a lot of the money that we've bought, like 150 million, for example, we spent. That's not come from Kroenke.
No, but it's generated under the club, the business that he manages.
Yeah, but that's what should be generated from the club, because the amount of money we bloody earn for the frigging man, how much they rip us off every bloody week watching what we watch, right? Which is, to be honest, compared to Man City, who don't even get charged that much, is very substandard, right? But all the Kroenkes do is just say, yeah, you can spend it, right? But as long as I'm making sure I've got my insurance policy as a debt-free asset, so I can spend what I want on the Rams, right? And I really just hope they fucking lose. But anyway, but that still doesn't equate to the fact there's still a massive problem, because, and I say this for this, they might want to say, yeah, spend the money. Spending the money is not the be-all and end-all. Yes, they bought Varane, they bought Ronaldo, and they bought Sancho, but some of them have made them a shitload of money in return. Ronaldo especially. 2, right, and this is also with Arsenal as well, right, is that if you've got no structure in your board, and if they don't take care of who's running the board and who's on the board and who's running the club day to day, right? Whereas like what we have Edu who couldn't run a fucking bath tap, who couldn't run a bath, right? Sorry, or Vinay, who I don't even fucking know what he does, right? If we've got them as part of our like the Three Stooges running the joint, right? Then we're never going to be able to see the football club, because as much money as you pump into it, you can pump as much money in as you want. The reason Man United are where they are right now is because they've spent loads of money, but they don't know how to spend it. Man City have got a cheaper squad than Man United, yet Man United are in fifth or slipping down the table. Why is that happening? If you're spending that much money, you should be competing with Man City by now.
Yeah, sure, but like, okay, like,
And
excellent.
that's what
I
saying.
agree with
They're not caring about who's running the club.
Right, well, it's not up to them to run the club. They appoint a CEO, and the
That's
CEO
what I'm
answers
saying.
to
They
them.
need to appoint the right people to run the club.
Excellent. Now, that's got nothing to do, at the moment, those are things out of everyone's control, and it's got nothing to do with the performance on the pitch. We've got a manager that has to put players out on the pitch and get them to play, and that is what Manchester United should be focusing on at the moment. Because, right? And the problems on the pitch are not coming from Maguire nipping. I know that, like, on Twitter and stuff, it's a lot of fun to talk about, you know, let's sell Maguire and buy a fridge or whatever.
Oh, it's fucking hilarious.
Well, the problems are coming from Bruno Fernandes and David De Gea for me.
You haven't. You and Reece would seriously get into a lot of arguments. I'm telling
We
you
don't,
now.
though. We don't. I speak to Reece quite a lot. We don't get into arguments because Reece understands, like, he understands the logic that I have between what I say. And Bruno Fernandes, like, he puts so much pressure on the team by making stupid pressing runs, and David De Gea puts so much pressure on the team, but with his inability to distribute the ball.
This is the thing. Like, this is where, like, me and you are obviously disagreeing between the owners, but like we wouldn't be having a massive fight over it because, for example, like if say for instance, me and Luca, for example, everyone knows if me and Luca disagree on something, it turns into an argument because he doesn't come up with anything to back it or any real reason or a good reason, like a good proper reason.
Yeah, but not many football fans back up their opinions.
That's what I'm saying. Unless I try and come up with a sensible argument to what I'm trying to say every time. And if I don't, I say, look, I may be stabbing in the dark, but this is what I think.
That's
right?
good.
And you can tell me I'm saying complete bollocks.
It's just
right?
for me.
This is what I'm seeing from the outside.
I'll tell you what I think. I think that it's very, very easy to
I just
score
see things are
points.
very easy. What I'm just seeing is Man United and Arsenal are like two parallels.
They're not at all. Arsenal are far, far ahead of Manchester United in terms of structure and player recruitment. And I've said repeatedly that I'm extremely worried that Arsenal have a recruitment plan and a footballing plan, and they're getting there. Like, I know I don't want to get into like this Arteta in or out nonsense, because Arteta is a good football manager who's moving your club in the right place. I don't know if he's going to be good enough to deliver consistent trophies, but he's definitely moving you in the right place. But my point is that with things like the Glazers and football structure and stuff, it's very, very easy to say, yeah, Glazers out, all this sort of stuff, and score like credibility points. But it's a situation that no one can really change. And to be honest, the Glazers aren't as bad as everyone makes out. The worst thing they've done is the Super League, because of the importance to Europe, to Manchester United with the Busby Babes and so on, and how that was the birth of our club from Europe. Like they were representing England in Europe. We always have to be in Europe. But they've put money into the club, and I genuinely think that they have tried to do the best that they can do. I think they're idiots, but I don't think that they're ill-intentioned idiots. I think that they have the best interests of Manchester United at heart. And I know that's a terrible thing to say, or it's seen as a terrible thing to say, but at the moment, we can't get players in, we can't restructure the club with boardroom management and stuff. So we have to focus on what is the issues on the pitch and how we can improve them. And one way we can improve them is for Rangnick to hire qualified people instead of PE teachers, which is what he's up to, and stop blaming people like Harry Maguire, who's in he's in bad form. But we've all seen players in bad form before. It doesn't help just saying, I never want to see this guy play for the club again. He's an absolute disgrace. Got to look up at the best way to set our teams up and get on with it. And that's how I feel about these things. I don't think that every problem can be put down to the Glazers and how a club is structured. It's got to be about the personnel and the team fighting for each other as a team, because that is what a football is about. It's about being a team and representing your community. And I don't care who the PR director is. When you step on the pitch, you represent me and you represent my community. And that's all I really care about. Thoughts, Nippon?
I don't know what to say.
Right. What is there something I've said that confuses you? Are you bored? Or I think you've probably got bored during this.
Kind of. Because I know
Right.
I don't know. The Glazers really... Do they really care about the club, though?
I think they do, yeah. I think, but maybe for the wrong reasons, but I do think they care about the club.
Wrong reasons.
Yeah, no, they want it as generational wealth to pass down to their families. They want to be the owners of Manchester United and all the credit that comes from that. They want to take money out of the club, which is, as annoying as it is, I actually prefer that to stuff like Mohammed bin Salman at Newcastle United or the Qataris at PSG, the state-run clubs. I believe Roman bought your club as an insurance policy to not go to jail. He wanted to raise his profile so that he couldn't get locked up by Putin. But he cares about the club.
But Putin himself is a crazy man.
Well, obviously. Roman Abramovich, he fell in love with football at Manchester United. He saw the Real Madrid 3-3 all draw, or 4-3 rather, and then he decided he wanted a football club, and he was going to buy. Who was he going to buy? Was it Villa or Fulham? And then he saw Chelsea and went, actually, I'd like Chelsea.
No,
he didn't come in.
He almost bought Tottenham.
Was it Tottenham? Can you imagine, Nippon? Can you imagine that alternate reality? But the thing is, right, so I think that the Glazers are very misguided because there's been no investment in the stadium. Old Trafford, I don't know if any of you have been to Old Trafford, but we don't have a TV screen. We have rats everywhere, actual rats running about the stadium. We're unable to it's to be honest, it's a pretty shit stadium now, and that should not be the case. We've made awful decisions in signing players, but a lot of that isn't really down to the Glazers. They're not football people. How do they know who the right man is? And they're trying to rectify that by bringing in Ralph Rangnick, who is a football man and who has experience, not boardroom level, but in a sort of office. And I don't like the Glazers. I'd love to see them out of the club, but the one thing I always think about is who's going to replace them. And I don't want an oppressive Middle East regime in my club that oppresses gays and women and things like that. I don't want that near my club. I'd stop supporting Manchester United if we got the Saudi Arabians in, because I can't countenance that. It's disgusting.
The Saudis aren't going to Manchester.
No, but they were rumoured that they wanted to come into Manchester United. When you look at the wealth that you would need to buy Manchester United, who can afford it?
The Ambanis.
Who?
The Ambanis.
I'm not familiar with them, Nippon. Enlighten me.
Mukesh Ambani, he's the richest Indian in the world. He is
The biggest Indian.
richest Indian.
Oh, richest. Sorry. Yeah, is he a good man? Does he oppress people? Does he make other people's lives worse? Because if not, I'll take him right now.
He has a net worth of 90 billion US.
Yeah, right. That's fine. Get him in. I've no issues with that. But I don't want to be. I don't want to be sports washing a corrupt regime.
Well, he's not an Arab.
Well, it's not all Arabs that do it. It's not a racial thing. Have I missed a private chat? Okay. All right, Nippon. Are you hoping to wrap up now?
I have to be up early tomorrow.
Sure. Thank you so much for having me on. You know I'm a big fan.
You're more than welcome anytime.
I'll take you up on that, Nippon. And Stephen, it's even though we disagree on stuff, it's always good to see you, mate.
Yeah, man. It's all part of it, man.
Yeah.
So I'm always happy to have you, mate.
Before we wrap up, Steve, where can they find you?
You can find me on S-Featly TV. We do Arsenal and football content, all to raise money for Children's Liver Disease Foundation. Our last stream was just to give you a taste of what the membership level 2 and higher is all about. So if you gain a membership level 2 or higher, which is $4.99 a month or $8.99 a month for level 3, you get access to members only live streams where you can be a guest on one of these live streams in the future. So once we get enough members to do so. So if you could possibly do that by becoming a member and donating to the charity at the same time, every month, that would be really, really, really helpful, because you are saving so much pain, suffering, and just life itself for innocent kids. As well as that, we also help raise awareness on the channel with my other channel on S-Featly F1, where all the F1 content that we do is now on that channel, which is now at 45 subs. So if anyone can go over there, please, if you're an F1 fan, go over there and give it a sub. Best place to watch.
And where can they find you?
I don't know. They can find me at Bath Time at Vaughan on YouTube. I can't remember what my Twitter is, but it's Darius, a bunch of numbers. This week I'll be on the Man United agenda doing some tactical stuff, and Rick Sports has asked me to come on at halftime in his live streams to also do some tactics. So if you're in any of those channels, just say hello.
And you can find me on all the socials going below. So yeah, with that being said, please remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, and turn on the bell notifications if you haven't already.
Oh, I found it. Hang on. If you can find Darius, which is DARIUSS, and it's 5007 69 65.
Cheers.
So yeah, with that being said, you have all been a wonderful video. And this is NS Sports TV signing off. Take care of yourselves.
Wicked.
Good night, lads.
I shall see you in the next video.